Do you remember the song Talk Dirty to Me?
Like by Poison?
No, by Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
Yeah, from Cats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's from Cats, Jason Derulo. Of course I do.
Do you remember how it begins? Where it's like, Jason, he.
Yes.
Because,
Is that what this movie makes you think
yeah,
of?
the whole time. The whole time I was just hearing
This
he's
this
been around
movie
the world, don't speak the language.
so true. I mean, he kind of does. Sounds like everyone speaks English in this world, which is great for him.
Yeah,
Um,
and us.
and
Yeah.
and us, yeah. I mean, I did still have the subtitles on.
Yeah, they're just auto on my TV.
Yeah.
Well, Hannah, welcome you specifically. Welcome back to Not My Fantasy, the
Oh,
show where we talk
wow.
about fantasy films and the lore that inspired them. We're here to talk about Jason and the Argonauts from 1963. Also, my name is Cullen.
And my name is Hannah, and welcome listeners to Not My Fantasy
Yeah,
as well.
welcome,
That
listener.
now that I got a birthday welcome, that's what that was. That was
Yeah,
my special birthday welcome.
and welcome to our guest, Once Upon a VHS's Callum.
Hello.
Welcome
I
back.
Thank you. Thank you. It's lovely to be back. I'm sorry that I couldn't just sit quietly and wait until I was introduced. When you invoked Jason Derulo, I just had to jump in there.
It's
We
just
So,
like
invoke
a
Jason Derulo, the inner Jason Derulo, who was in all of us, comes
yeah,
truly, yeah.
out. You have to
yeah,
go.
That's
Jason
yeah,
it.
Derulo. Yeah.
yeah. We're here on the sunny Mediterranean. I'm back in my toga.
I
Uh,
noticed that. Yeah,
yes,
there we go. A little bit of
yeah,
toga action.
Yeah.
yes.
I have my shoulder exposed. I'm giving a little bit of
You
Medea.
are giving Medea.
Thank you.
Ah,
Yeah,
See,
Tyler
okay,
Perry's
so
Medea.
Tyler, specifically Tyler Perry's Medea, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do, never mind, I'm not even gonna make a joke about that. But I wish that I had gotten further into the movie before I did my makeup because I would have done the purple look and put so much
mm,
bronzer on. I feel like
yes.
that would have been the look, but I'm giving glowing, so it works out.
Yeah.
It's a good look. Also, Hannah, you might want to watch where your hand placement
Oh,
is with the
why? Is that
Talos.
is that bad?
It's not bad. I'm
Yeah.
just.
Just grab a bulge. Happy Pride.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Happy Pride. Yeah, I
Yeah.
almost did your background, the one that you have with the
Skellies.
skeletons. And
Yeah.
then I was like, then I was gonna do Poseidon's little nips. And then I was like, you
Nice.
know what? No, I feel bulged today.
Bulge.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm feeling very at home in Hecate's temple here. We've got the
Yeah,
three-headed goddess herself behind me. Yeah,
wonderful.
maybe I should dip into the bronzer and get
There
dancing,
you
get my flowing
go.
fabrics out.
Yeah. Get a couple
Yeah.
extra heads to just
Hmm.
hop on your
Get it
shoulders.
off. Yeah.
Yeah. Swords and Sandals season continues.
Yeah. It,
We're hitting this movie. Now, Hannah, had you seen Jason and the Argonauts before?
no, I had heard of it only because you had mentioned it, and I've known of it as a myth, but didn't realize there was a movie of it. So no, this is my first time seeing this movie, and I'll be really honest. You were like, wow, Jason the Argonauts, more like Jason and the Boring Knots. And I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be a boring movie. I mentioned to them off call, but I had my birthday weekend this weekend, so I was really busy and hadn't had a chance to watch it yet. So I literally just finished it. I watched it starting on 1.25 speed. And I was like, I'm not going to finish at this rate. And then I went to 1.5 and I'm like, this is still too slow. Not because of time, but because of like my ability to focus. 1.75 flies by, but really action packed. Loved it.
Okay. Okay. So the key is just to speed it up.
It's the way to
Yeah,
do it.
that's how you get from Jason the Boring Knots to Jason and it's decent.
Argo. Yeah. Now, Callum, you'd seen this movie before, right?
I had indeed. I know that you've recently covered Clash of the Titans, another Ray
Yeah.
Harryhausen joint.
Justice for
And
Bubo, yeah.
Justice for
Yes.
Bubo, we love that little
Love
mechanical
him.
owl.
Yeah.
So I grew up watching the Ray Harryhausen films.
Wow.
Uh, so these were, I hadn't revisited them for a long time, apart from Clash of the Titans, which we did on Once Upon a VHS
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, revisiting Jason and the Argonauts, I was a little bit like, I'm not I'm not as wowed by the spectacle as I was as a little kid when I was
Yeah.
watching this in the living room, but I still had an appreciation for like the sheer effort that goes into doing the stop motion effects.
Yeah.
Um, so me and Michael, my co-host on Once Upon a VHS, we went to a Ray Harryhausen exhibition. They did this touring exhibition, and we went to see the models. So we saw all the little characters and found out a little bit about the background of it. And it's so amazing. I love stop motion animation anyway, and
Yeah.
I think as a little kid, like just some of the visuals in this film really, really stayed with me. However, there were some, we'll get to them, that I had either forgotten or repressed in my memory. So it was a joy to have them pop back out on this viewing. And I think there is something about like the slight jankiness of a lot of stop motion
Yeah.
animation that really just adds to the charm, and it's almost like the anti AI slop, right? You
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
the craftsmanship and the work that goes into each
Yeah.
frame of these, and the
Yeah.
construction of the puppets and everything like that. I Am Frank Elder is a perfect like example of that, and the way that they use color and texture, like all the little fabric and
Yeah.
hairs and things, is just incredible to look at, and especially because now you can see it in such detail on
Yeah.
on your own TV screen.
Yeah. So stop motion is truly amazing. Now, I did see this movie as a kid. I got it from the library, and I think I watched it around the same time as when I watched Clash of the Titans. So in the phase where I just made like us watch every mythology thing from the library, which included the Jim Henson the Storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
We watched those. We watched one where it was like a cartoon and these kids like hopped in between different myths. And then and then there was Class of the Titans, which had,
Class of the Titans. Mm-hmm.
yes, Jason Jay was their version of Jason. He was the leader.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Uh
Totally radical.
totally radical with
Nice.
his curtain bangs, or I think they were curtain bangs. I'm bad at hair, but yes, we're talking about this movie which I saw as a kid. I remember being like liking it, but I did find it kind of slow on this Tubi watch. uh but
So
this movie,
you had commercials too then.
yeah, sometimes I don't mind it because if I'm like doing laundry or
Yeah.
something, it's like my time. Okay, let me go grab a snack, flip the laundry, come back, commercials are done.
I have YouTube Premium, so I watched it sans
Okay,
commercials, which was awesome. I think that's
you and
also why I
Justin
got
Bieber, yeah.
And I think that's why I was able to watch it at like the 1.75 speed.
Yeah.
Sometimes Tubi is really weird with where they place
The
commercials.
ads,
Sometimes it's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
random. It's not planned. And so
Yeah.
you're in the middle of a scene and like boom, commercial. And for some reason, most of my commercials are still in Spanish. I don't know
Mm.
why. I haven't really been practicing Spanish. The Duolingo owl is upset. So
Oh.
like I don't, maybe this is my sign. I need to get back into it.
Do you know the passive aggressive emails from the Duolingo owl? I'm sick of them. It's like Earth to Callum. Bitch, I've been 5 minutes away from your app. I will listen. I
Yeah.
Hmm.
will defend Bubo, but the Duolingo owl
Duolingo owl can go fuck
can jog
himself,
off.
dude.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
I recently canceled my premium Duolingo subscription and I
Yeah.
have, I am not fluent in Spanish.
But you did a bunch of hours
Yeah,
in that
let
app.
me pull out my streak while we're talking about that owl that's still bullying me. My current streak is 1,539 days.
That's awesome.
Well done.
I'm not fluent in anything. I am
Well,
probably most likely stopping at some point, but at this point, it's like I've kept it going, but at what costs?
a certain
Well,
monthly amount that you've been paying them.
That I stopped. I was paying annually, so I was gonna cancel
Oh,
last year when I heard they were starting to incorporate more AI.
uh,
And
yeah.
then I was like, but then I had already paid, so I
Like,
like remembered this year.
yeah.
Yeah, that lifestyle creep in this economy, you gotta cut.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this movie was not produced by the Duolingo Owl. It was produced by Charles H. Schneer.
What a
Uh,
name.
yes,
Sneer.
Here.
sounds
Yes.
like a villain trying to like close a chocolate factory or something. Like Mr.
There,
Schneer. Yeah.
so there was a cartoon in the 80s called The Raccoons. Have either of you heard
Okay.
of it before?
No.
So yeah, and the villain in that was this thing called Cyril Schneer, and he was like a purple. I don't know whether he was an aardvark or something, but he had like a long
Mm.
nose and he was purple, and he was like I think he was a property developer or something along those lines. And he was trying
Mm,
to tear down the forest that the raccoons lived in and things. So Cyril
yeah.
Schneer. That's what when that credit
Cyril
came up for
Schneer.
Charles Schneer, it just made me think of Cyril Schneer from the Raccoons.
Yeah.
Directed by Don Chaffee, featuring creatures from Ray Harryhausen. He's a Hollywood legend, but I always just go to Monsters Inc. The Harryhausens. It's impossible to get a reservation there. Not for Googly Bear.
There we go. Well,
That
at
movie
least
lives in my head rent free. Yeah.
rent
Yeah.
free. At least like I couldn't tell you what the name of the director of this film was, like because
Yeah.
everybody just associates it with Harryhausen,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it's like, oh, poor, what was his name again? So Don Chaffee?
Don Chaffee.
Poor
Don
Don
Chaffee?
Chaffee.
Or Don
Uh,
Chaffee? Nobody's checking for you.
Even the film score, composed by Bernard Herrmann, had partnered with Harryhausen on The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, Three Worlds of
Oh.
Gulliver, and Mysterious Island.
Not
I,
just any island, a mysterious island.
when
Ooh.
the movie tells you exactly what it's about,
Hmm.
Mysterious Island.
Hmm.
Budget of 3 million with a box office of 2.1 million. Um,
A flop?
a flop,
In the
but
60s, they only had six things to watch.
I know, but it became a classic. It was actually it's showed on TV a lot in Great Britain.
Hmm.
Mm.
And Tom Hanks said it was the best movie ever made. So,
Well, okay, Tom Hanks.
yeah.
There you go.
Tom
Yeah, it's
Hanks. I don't
hmm.
know.
Not maybe not the first person I'd go to for his taste in films, like
Yeah.
especially after the Zemeckis Pinocchio. Tom Hanks,
Oh,
if your taste in movies is the same as your taste in chewing products, then yeah,
Right. Yeah, that's a good
yeah.
point.
wild. But it's funny you should say that this film was like it does seem this film is maybe better known in the UK compared to the US, and there's maybe just a little bit more of a like a sense of Harryhausen in the culture here. Like there's more, maybe more of a
Yeah.
cultural imprint here.
Hmm.
Because this was inescapable. Like Channel 4 in the UK
Yeah.
played this, all the Sinbad movies, Seventh Voyage, The Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Yeah, like just loads of the Harryhausen, but especially these action adventure ones. And this was actually intended originally to be a Sinbad spin-off.
Oh,
So this was going to be Sinbad in the Valley of the Gods or something along those lines. They had like a working title for it that was that, but then they decided actually no, we can just make it Jason and the Argonauts, but have it be tonally and like structurally similar to one of the Sinbad films. But yeah.
Interesting.
yeah. I'm not usually one to glaze Europe, but I do think there's this idea that like children should be exposed to the classics more there, or like that
And the
children will like
classics, as in like ancient Greek and
I
Rome
mean, just like
classics, right?
anything,
Or you
like
mean like
either
classic
classic,
film?
classic literature,
Oh, okay.
classic film, classic
Yeah.
stories that like you're expected to like know who King Arthur or Jason is, like that. Like kids
Yes.
can pick that up, and I think we've dumbed ourselves down so much here at times where they're like, kids won't know what that is, and it's like, well, they don't know anything. You can tell them anything, and they'll
I
learn
mean,
it. Like,
we're about to celebrate our 250th birthday, quote unquote, you
yes,
know. So how old is Europe? I think us being
yeah,
such a new country, I think, and I know I'm guilty of this too, is that like we prioritize newer things, like in terms of
yeah,
literature and media.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so that is unfortunate.
Mm.
yeah.
It's funny. I had sort of a foot in both worlds because
Hmm.
I spent a lot of my childhood in the US as well as in the UK, so I kind of saw it from both sides in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think specifically for older films because I think it's just the nature of the way TV was in the 90s for me, like because we
Yeah.
didn't have cable or satellite TV.
Mm.
you just watched the movies that were on the four and then
Yeah.
five channels that we had. So this was like just something that they always used to put on a Sunday afternoon,
Yeah.
and that was where a lot of my memories of Jason the Argonauts come from.
Nice.
This was Ray Harryhausen's favorite work. So he agreed with Tom Hanks. He's like, this is my best work. And it's interestingly, speaking of, the US versus the UK, American actor Todd Armstrong played Jason, but he was dubbed over with a British accent by an actor called Tim Turner. And the same with
Timmy
Nancy.
Turner?
Yes,
Fairly
from
Odd Parents?
Fairly Odd Parents. That was one of
Wow.
Timmy's wishes, actually.
Sick.
Yeah. And Nancy Kovac as Medea was dubbed over by a British Eva Hadon. Which
Interesting.
is funny because I did not really think about either of them being British, but I think it's because we're so used to like period pieces where everyone's slightly
Yeah.
British accented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It wasn't until I was looking into the background of the film that I realized that they were dubbed because I just thought that it was that like slightly
Yeah.
yeah,
old-timey cadence, but they did a really good job with the dub. Like that, it really matches up with the lip movement, so
yeah,
it's pretty impressive on that front.
Yeah, the sync, I feel like syncing in this movie was better in some syncing that I've seen in recent movies.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's so interesting. I didn't notice.
yeah. Because everyone just kind of, I guess it's not transatlantic,
Right.
but
No.
it's like you're just, oh yeah, everyone's talking an old movie. I didn't even, but I guess they were the only American actors, and so they were nervous about their accents clashing, which is something people have said about like the upcoming Odyssey film. That
Oh
film
no.
is covered in controversies that I wish didn't exist. That I'm like, I don't have time for this.
Well, you'll
Um,
have to have time
I
in a
will
couple weeks.
in a couple weeks, yes. And I just wish everyone looked authentically born from an egg, if they were supposed to be. Yeah.
Listen.
Uh, we have
Warm eggs.
Gary Raymond as Acestus, Lawrence Naismith as Argus, Neil McGuinness as Zeus, Michael Gwynn as Hermes, Douglas Wilmer as Pelias, Jack Gwilym as King Aeetes, Honor Blackman as Hera, John Carney as Hylas, Patrick Troughton as Phineas.
The
Uh,
second Doctor on
oh, the
Doctor Who,
second
yeah, he was the
Doctor.
second Doctor.
Really?
Hmm.
I
I
was
was gonna
like, yes,
say,
the second brother on Phineas and Ferb.
yes, yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I was gonna say, and who played Ferb? Yeah.
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 Nigel Green as Hercules, which best text from Hannah. Is this the same Hercules from
From the
like
myth.
from the myth as
I've got thoughts and opinions on his decisions, and I'm like, we'll get to it, but
yeah.
I've got thoughts and opinions.
So a bit of the lore, and we'll do kind of a lore check, kind of like we just did. Our listeners will know for Epic the Musical, where we come back and forth between the Odyssey and then the story is presented. But this is loosely based on the Argonautica, which is an ancient Greek epic poem written by Apollonius Rhodius in the 3rd century. So it's the only entirely surviving Hellenistic epic. So the Hellenistic period being like the post Alexander the Great era. So it's very much in conversation with older epics like the Iliad and the Odyssey. But people knew this story. Like there were references to it in like the Iliad and the Odyssey and just texts in general. So it wasn't like the oldest version of this story. It's just like the most complete surviving version. Um, but yeah, it's very, very popular story. Basically the Avengers of Greek mythology, like a big crossover
Yeah, all
epic.
stars cast. Here's my
Yeah.
Yeah,
boys. Look who's on the
yeah,
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hercules shows up, and we're like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah.
And then you see how he's like past it and just like
Mm.
makes the stupidest fucking decision. And like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yes. The Golden Fleece is you may know it from Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters, a book I just finished reading, hint hint. But
Is that going to be featured in the movie, which I have not seen yet?
well, who knows? Who knows if anything from that book will make it
Maybe
into
in
the
the
movie. Yeah.
great, yeah.
Uh so do you remember, Hannah, do you remember I know from the when we were talking about the Odyssey?
I know her.
Yes.
I know her.
I've
Yes.
heard that name.
Yeah. So she was the sea goddess that saved
Yeah.
Odysseus after he got sunk after dealing with Calypso, another sea goddess. So Ino became a sea goddess um after being a mean stepmom. So she was a mean stepmom to her stepkids, Helle and Phrixus.
Not
And
Phrixus.
Phrixus.
for
Phrixus and Ferb.
Phrixus, the third brother. Yeah. So they were upset about being mean by being stepkids. And so the gods sent a golden winged ram to rescue them. The ram was, like Percy Jackson, a son of Poseidon, uh, and a nymph, who was the granddaughter of the sun god Helios. So they get on the ram, they fly away, and this ram is flying, and Hell falls off. That's how you get like Hell's Point in Turkey.
Ah.
Oh.
And then Phrixus makes it and sacrifices the ram to Poseidon. Uh, because and the ram becomes a
Wait,
constellation.
hold on. Phrixus is like, I'm gonna kill your son as a tribute to you.
Yes,
That's a ballsy move.
it's giving Abraham.
I
It's
mean, I
giving the
guess,
Bible. Yeah.
but but he's killing Poseidon's son for Poseidon. Poseidon's like,
Yes.
thank God.
Thank God. It was
Yeah.
awkward
Thank
having an animal
me.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son's a sheep. Like this is get rid of that
Get
one.
rid of him. It was a
But
bad one night stand.
he preserved the ram as the constellation Aries. So shout out to
Oh
all the
yeah.
astrology girlies.
Shout out to Aries girlies.
Yeah. And so the area he reached was Colchis, which is in modern day Georgia, the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
The American state.
There you can say it. This is all taking place in Atlanta. You didn't pick that up? Yeah.
Clearly, this is Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and then nearby was Aeetes, the son of the sun god Helios, and the Oceanid Perseus. And so he's the brother of Circe,
Mm.
as well as Pasiphae. I think that's the Minotaur's mom, and Aeolus, king who had the winds in a bag.
Yeah.
And he was the father of Medea, a woman named Chalciope, and a guy named Absyrtus. Yeah, and they'll all come up.
Pretty witchy place, Colchis.
Yes, witchy bloodline. And the Phrixus gave Aeetes the golden fleece so he could marry Chalciope. I want to say Calliope, but I know that's spelled
I
different.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you also may have heard of Medea. She had a real famous play and a lot of Tyler Perry movies, but
I was gonna say, which started as plays, and then he took
Yeah.
those to make movies. Yep.
yeah. So we
Again,
will.
this was in Atlanta.
Yes. We're gonna talk about Medea later as she comes up. But she's one of the most iconic
Now I
figures.
can't stop thinking about Tyler Perry's Medea.
And just her being in this
I just
movie.
need to like recalibrate my.
Like a
Okay.
shot
Can
for
we
shot
get an edit?
remake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry, I know you're listening. Please do that.
Hera. Let's talk
I was
about
thinking
Hera.
about
Yeah,
Let's
let's
talk
do
about
it.
Hera.
Okay.
Let's do
Let's
it.
talk about Hera. She's usually a villain
Mhm.
in a lot of stories.
She's usually bad news. Actually, I remember messaging Cullen about how she's represented in Hercules: The Legendary Journeys, the TV show,
Yeah.
as like this pair of eyes, like just this
Yes.
floating pair of eyes in the sky with like peacock colored contact lenses and like a couple of peacock feathers like falling transparently in the background. It's like that's Hera. That is the Queen of the Gods.
Yeah.
And here, she's pussy galore.
She's
Literally. Oh my God, yeah.
Actual pussy
She's a
galore.
Bond girl. Absolutely.
And I love that for her because really she's been made, I mean, she's very problematic, I will say this, but she's usually it's like the concept of like my bitch wife at home taken to like a divine degree. And
Exactly.
you're like, really, she just doesn't like being serially cheated on.
And so, I mean, the more I learn about Hera, the more I'm like, you know what, girl, go off. You
Yeah.
need to let off some steam.
She put up with a lot. Like the cuttlefish, his sister, a cuttlefish. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
The amount of she's like, not only am I your sister wife, you slept with our other sister and then gave that daughter to your brother to marry.
He's bad
Yeah.
news, that Zeus.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So she was the goddess of women, marriage, and childbirth. Very early attested on in Mycenaean Linear B. Also associated with like the earth and fertility, and associated with cows. She's often called like cow-eyed or ox-eyed, as well as with the city of
I'm sure she loves
Argos.
that. I'm sure it's a good
Yeah.
compliment for her.
Well, there's some theories that like if you've heard of like the Indo-European pantheon, so kind of like the this old pantheon that kind of inspired a bunch of gods across like Europe to all the way to like the early Vedic gods of Hinduism,
Mm.
that there was like a cow earth goddess. Now, there's a lot of linguistic restructuring going on there and a lot, but people are like, oh, Hera was this early like cow earth goddess who married like the sky god.
Well, the Clarabelle cow of it all. Listen, one of the things that I'd forgotten about this movie is the figurehead of Hera.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, this big figurehead on the wrong end of the ship,
Yeah.
facing the wrong way, but it is the campest thing that I have seen, and
Oh,
I watch a
no.
hell of a lot of camp things. These big lashes and the eyes that move. The only thing on this figurehead that like magically moves are the eyes and these big batten lashes. I was like, those
Yeah.
are cow eyes. That is cow goddess
Hair
Hera
goddess Hera.
in wood form.
Do
Hmm.
you remember this show used to be on PBS here, The Naughty Shop?
Like,
Not
and
naughty, naughty.
n- how do you spell it?
Noddy.
Oh,
Okay.
Noddy isn't the little man in the red and yellow car.
Yes.
Ah, with big ears.
And he had big, his friend was named Big Ears, or he would had
Yes,
big,
and he
yeah.
had to be either he was a gnome. Kind of,
Yes,
yeah,
he was
yeah,
like a
yeah.
little
That, yeah.
gnome. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so there was a show, and they had the stories that went on like the gnome world, like Naughty's world, but there's also like a toy shop with like puppets and stuff. And there was like a mermaid like ship mast, and that's how she moved. She just had like her eyes that
Ah.
opened.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I that show is forever blazed into my memory because one time at play rehearsal, a guy was like, I'm missing the latest episode of the Naughty Shop for this.
That's so crazy.
Don't want to be
Yeah.
missing that. So the naughty stuff is based on stories by Enid Blyton, who is this famous British children's author who a lot of her stuff was sort of pretty racist and like is dated horribly. But the Magic Faraway Tree with Andrew Garfield and
Oh
Claire
yes.
Foy and
Yes.
oh gosh, what's she
Nicola.
called? Nicola Coughlan
Yeah.
Yeah.
is based on Enid Blyton's works, but it's
Okay.
a very it's
Tone
they
down.
toned down, and I think they've updated it,
Yeah.
which they really needed to do. Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
but yeah, so she was also responsible for Noddy and the Noddy shop.
That's
Interesting.
it's become an archetype now. Like beloved British children's author, also real
Oops, racist.
Real
Oops,
racist,
really
yeah.
problematic. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh
That would never happen to an American author.
no, yeah. Um so speaking of Hecate, uh we talked a bit about the theogony for Clash of the Titans,
Yes.
which is am I gonna read this whole last quote? No. I looked at it and it's so long. It's like a page. But so there is some theory that Hesiod wrote about her in the Theogony as a local goddess and was really gassing her up. And that's why she has a very prominent role in the Theogony. But she's said it's basically like Zeus gives her a ton of honor. Whenever you sacrifice, you should honor her. She has power over the heavens, the sea, and the earth. She will bestow wealth and power. And so Zeus honored her and was like, she's great. She sits at my right hand. When men are ready for war, she gives victory. At sports, just like
She's a discus girly for sure.
yeah, she's a big discus girly. She's good with all the other gods. She increases your flock size. She's
A
her
real
mother's
all-rounder.
yeah, she's her mother's only child, so that makes her special.
Your favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes. That's how she is. So she's good with kids, yeah, everything. But now and she was mainly seen as like a goddess of night, witchcraft, magic, ghosts, crossroads. Black dogs were sacrificed to her as an underworld deity. She helped Demeter find Persephone with her big ass torches, and she fought the giants with her big ass torches. So she's kind of like she's very popular in modern times because she's a goddess of witchcraft.
Mm,
Um, but her beginnings are ambiguous because like she's a seasonal rounder, and so people are like, how did that go from that to
mm,
witchcraft, and like was she actually that big of a deal? Um, because Hesiod had a lot of opinions, mainly that he hated women. So it's like, whereas Homer is kind of it's hard to, we don't know if that's a real person or an idea. Like this was a real guy, and so we don't know if his bias is like what blew Hecate up. We don't know. But I recently saw a temple of her like this past week. I was at a witch shop in Burbank, one of two. And they're like, yeah, we have a temple upstairs.
Oh.
And I went up there and it creeped me out. Sorry to be closed-minded, I guess. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look at this. There's just a lot of red. There's like a Nosferatu with a halo.
mm.
And then they had a bunch of other goddess shrines, and they had some wild choices. I'm gonna say that. Uh, you
You better hope
know,
they don't listen to the pod.
yeah, you know what? You
Well,
do you. They had Santa Muerte, which, Rafa's
Uh-huh.
like, anyone who's Mexican that I know is like, you don't mess with that.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and then they had like some like Egyptian gods. They had Kali. So like some, okay, I'm tracking. They had Lilith, big upside down
Hey,
cross. Yeah.
mm,
my girl.
And they had the Morrigan, who I know is popular. I wouldn't trust her because I'm named after a Cahulan. We didn't
Yep.
get
right.
And you're
along.
like, no, thank you.
Um, and it really, they had Hel as their Norse goddess pick, which I'm like,
Interesting.
you're just trying to be edgy because
These are the
Freya,
goth girlies of
yeah,
the
Yeah,
of their
yeah,
yeah,
respective pantheons. Yeah,
yeah, because I'm
yeah,
and
like,
we love them, but
yeah,
yeah, there's choices being made here.
yeah. Freya is the goddess of magic straight up,
yes,
like
yeah.
she also like love and war and like a lot of cool things. And like Hel was kind of just like in her little realm.
Hmm.
But again, it's like we're going for goth, we're going for edgy. Um, But yeah,
Mm.
the inner Catholic boy in me, I think, freaked out a little. But I love that they have that space.
Yeah.
I love freedom of religion.
Well, like you, Cullen, I had a bit of a mythology phase as a youngster, and
It's
I
not a phase,
remember.
mom.
No, no, it's not a phase.
Clearly it's not. You're still talking about it.
But like you say, like uh Hiakati,
Yeah,
Hecate. Hecate is like the kind of pronunciation that you hear a lot now. But I
yeah,
remember as a kid, like thinking Hiakati, Hiakati, where am I getting that pronunciation from? It was from this film. Like
yes.
because it's
Oh,
said so often in
yeah.
this film, that was like how I internalized Hiakati as the pronunciation of it. I
Yeah.
don't know
Interesting.
what is the like linguistically correct way to say it, but
I
yeah.
mean, in English, they used to say he caught or he caught.
Hecate,
Heck,
Hecate, yes.
yeah, and
Heck,
that's because she has this cameo in the Scottish play that
Yes.
mm.
people think was addended on later post Shakespeare.
The
Like,
Oh,
little
interesting.
Christopher Marlowe edition, yeah.
yeah, like we
Interesting.
had I was gonna say we had a spot for this lady to have a role, but it was probably like we have a spot for this twink to have a
I was gonna
role.
say a twink to put on a wig. Yeah.
Yeah, you need another one. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's one of those sections that you can just lift out because it doesn't really have any bearing on anything. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh
it's very rarely
Incorporated.
performed.
Performed,
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
She was also in the Age of Mythology video game in the expansion pack,
We've been talking about that a lot. I feel like I
Yeah.
need to download it on Steam and play it.
Yeah, I think I still have the CD-ROM with it.
Yeah,
Wow.
because that was the Atlantis expansion pack, wasn't it? It
Yes,
was
with the
that was
Titans.
with the
Yeah.
Titans. Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah. And then Gaia comes out to fight Kronos at the end, and she's in like a leaf bikini. And I was like, not Mother Gaia in a leaf
Mm-mm.
bikini.
No.
Give that woman a robe.
Yeah,
She's
a
a robe
regal
girl.
robe.
At the very least, a moo. Yeah.
Gaia's Moo Moo.
Yeah. And that's what we call the Great Plains. So let's talk about this movie and the opening, because my take is that this movie to me opens very strong. I was like, wow,
Yes.
this movie's great. And then then it like really slowed down.
Yeah.
But the opening, I was like, all right, we're in, we're going, we're not taking too much time. We open with this prophecy. Um, that yes, the gods will let you take over Thessaly, King Pelias, but the king's sons, I think Aeson's son, Jason, and or the king's son or his daughters, like one of them will destroy you. And he's like, well, I guess I just gotta kill them all. Baby
Yeah.
murder famously works out well.
Mhm.
Uh, and so we get an attack of Thessaly. This footage got reused in a Swords and Sandals movie we won't be covering, but Helen of Troy. Maybe we'll cover
Oh.
it someday.
Interesting.
Yeah, which
Okay.
frames Paris in a heroic light,
Wow.
which is very, yeah,
Hmm.
not what we're
Good
used to
choice.
seeing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and we get this murder in Hera's temple where the sister, is it Briseis? Is her name also Briseis?
I think so.
And the
Was
baby
that?
is Philomena.
Yes,
The
I think
baby who
so.
I kept thinking was gonna come back, and no.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
lot that you think is going to come back, but then no. But
yeah.
yeah.
She runs in and is like, Hera, protect my sister. I think it was an interesting kind of fake out because you see a soldier running
Hmm.
with a baby and you see her running with the baby, and you're like, oh, this is Jason because we're
Right.
following her. We're Prince of Egypting.
Yes.
And she gets in with the baby, puts the baby in the temple, and then the king comes in and is like, I'm gonna kill you, actually. And maybe this baby. And
Yeah.
then
Right here in this temple.
right here on Hera's lap. And
Yeah.
then a woman who he's like, oh, you're a priestess. He does not know what genre he's in. And she's like, she's like, yeah, you profane this temple. You're killing people. It's the sun who's gonna someone who he'll show up with one sandal and he'll kill you. And he's like, well, why did Zeus trick me by saying that it'd be any of the kids? And she's like, everything you did yourself.
Yep.
That's on you, bitch.
Hmm.
She also says, I can't remember the quote, but she says something that makes it extremely obvious that she is Hera. Like, despite this man's genre blindness, it's like, hello.
I think
Like,
she says my temple, doesn't she? Or is
Right.
yeah.
that when she's talking to the god? But I think she
No,
says it to him,
yeah. And he's
the
just like,
king.
oh, because you work here.
And she's like, sure, I
Yeah.
work
That's
here.
me.
Yeah. They've prayed here a lot. Yeah. So we don't know what happens to Philomena. She's just left in that lap. Uh, but Hera goes back up to heaven, basically like, fuck him. Fuck Zeus. You know, why do you tell him to like why do you give him this vague prophecy? I do love that there's this. I think a lot of people will you'll get this and a lot of historical stuff, but you see it today, this kind of like blaming the divine for their actions. Like,
Mm.
oh, the Conjuring, the devil made me do it, you know.
Yeah.
But like I love how it's like everything you did yourself.
Yeah.
You don't blame the prophecy. Like they didn't say go kill the babies,
The
you interpret
prophecy
it.
is information. You do with that information what you will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just like texts from religious organizations. You do
Yes,
with that what you
literally.
will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
But the
so
gods will move you around their big giant chessboard situation.
yes,
Yeah.
I do want that as a game. I think there are some board games that are similar, but that was honestly my main memory from the movie is that chessboard and wanting
Yeah.
some kind of board game where you could like be the gods and like be like, and my Triton comes in, you know. Uh, yeah. So Hera's like, I'm gonna help Jason. And Zeus is like, you're a woman. Your job is help Philomena. And she's like, no, I'm gonna help Jason. Like, fuck this king. I'm gonna wreck his shit. I'm gonna help Jason. And Zeus is like, well, I guess he prayed to you or the daughter Perseus prayed to you 5 times. You can help Jason 5 times, like 5 answered prayers.
Right.
I'm disappointed. I thought that was like, this is such a great like use of kind of like the 3 wishes thing.
Right.
Like I'm like, they're gonna use this great. Jason burns through those.
Yeah, he
Boom, boom, boom,
does.
boom. Yeah.
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 The
Uh,
stupidest questions possible. Yeah.
yeah. I'm like the average D&D player would be
It's,
more
I was gonna say,
choosy with this.
it's It's giving the Dungeons and Dragons movie, the recent one that came out,
Yeah.
where they're asking that guy or all the various different dead people, and they're like, you only get so many questions, and then they burn. It's oh, I love that sequence, and that's what
Yeah.
this. Yeah, Jason
Yeah.
is that.
So she gets her first, she's like, time is different for us here. Jason's grown up. She has her first incident, her first act of help is to throw King Pelias in the river. I'm like, just drown him now. Like,
Yeah, then you get your wish.
She said, "Let me put on my black cloak and jump up and scare a horse in the most camp way possible, and then smirk and disappear in a puff of smoke."
yeah.
Like,
And
that's the
and
way to do it.
pull him in to the river, and then Jason swoops in to help. Jason, who wears some of the crustiest togas
Yeah.
I've ever
Yeah,
seen. If we thought Perseus in Clash of Titans reboot was wearing the most like character creation outfit before you
yeah,
customize, Jason really is character
yeah.
creation
Lowering the
outfit.
bar. Yeah.
Yeah. But he saves King Pelias, so he loses a sandal. Then he's like, he's
The one-sandaled man.
the one sandaled man, the six-fingered man. And he gives him like, he's like, oh yeah, tell me what you're here to do. He's like, I'm here to take back my kingdom. I was saved by one of the guards. He's not important, don't worry.
Who
And
was
the
I raised by? Doesn't matter.
matter, just like He-Man,
Just like He-Man.
he's like, I am gonna get the Golden Fleece actually because this kingdom is suffering and they need a proof that the gods care.
Yeah,
And uh, yeah, and he's like, oh, you should go do that. I'll help you do that right now. Like, do that before you go and approach the king. And he's like, great. Um, and his son, what is the son's name again?
Acastus? No,
Acastus.
I think
Acastus.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Acastus. He's like,
Acastus,
why
yeah.
don't you kill him? He's like, because Hera told me if I killed him, I'd be destroyed. So I gotta like send him on this fool's quest, which again is
Yeah,
a fun like
sure.
narrative thing. I think, I mean, part of me is like, why aren't we seeing the suffering of the kingdom? But I think that's kind of a budget thing. In a lot of old
Yeah.
movies, they're just like, we're suffering. Um, so I think it's like we're starting decently strong, decently like, all right,
We're
we're
setting up character motivation also for like Acastus because he's like, why aren't we just getting rid of him now? He's like, well,
yeah,
we have to go. And he's like, okay, well, I'll go too.
yeah, I
Me
go on
too.
this quest, yeah. And an interesting dichotomy with Jason and the gods, which I
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
that's right. He does. He goes to Olympus. He's little.
yeah, he's a little guy.
Mm.
Is
Well, this.
he is this movie giving atheist or Christian? Can't quite tell.
Mm.
Because like the way they critique the gods a few different ways, and that's maybe very like 60s. We're trying to kind of play it both ways, like because the I think this was the Hays Code still running?
What, 63?
The
I don't think.
Hays,
I
I think it was
don't think.
done by then
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
to 68.
Oh, to
Oh, right,
68. Yeah,
okay.
you're right. 34 to 68.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
felt like they're trying to like kind of
Yeah.
play like we're gonna
Go
show
around
you
it.
these gods, but we're not gonna try and be too like pagan. Um, Also just the fact that Medea is never referred to as a witch, only as a priestess of the goddess of
Yes.
witchcraft.
Well, also later, I think he just calls her a dancer. And I'm like, okay, I think she does more than just dance. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
I think we all dance.
I think we all dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, on the gods of it all and
yes.
where we are in on Olympus, it's something that jumped out at me. So I on the Blu-ray, there's this documentary about Harryhausen, which is narrated by Leonard Nimoy,
Cool.
and there's a lot of stuff about you know, various things, and obviously you see a lot of Harryhausen's process, and that he always worked by himself, often overnight. He didn't have anybody else in the room. If the phone rang, like when he was animating the Hydra or anything, he was like,
Yeah.
you know, it
Yeah.
messed things up completely. But there was a lot of emphasis on the fact that these were little scale models that he was manipulating. And one of the things it like cuts to Harryhausen when he's talking about Jason the Argonauts, and he says, "Oh, well, the thing about gods is that they are much larger than normal people." And it's like,
Fact.
Sure.
okay, we're throwing that into that. But when I think about it, like in Clash of the Clash of the Titans,
Yeah.
it's a similar setup. It's like these big gods that are playing with these models of the mortals, and that's like it's Harryhausen's process, isn't it? It's like he's the one
Mm,
that's he's the god who's manipulating these little figurines and
yeah,
moving them around the space.
yeah.
So yeah, so I can see why in some ways that aspect of the film would be quite personal to him,
Hmm.
He's playing God with his
playing God.
toys. Like, yeah.
Hmm.
Uh yeah, so Jason, he's making the Argo, he's gathering the crew. We meet Argus, the shipwright. We meet Hercules, and we Hylas, who comes and they're like, we're full, but I guess if you can beat Hercules in something. And this man who's for a 60s movie still so incredibly gay coded to me, is like, oh, I can outwit
Hays Code
him.
be damned.
Hayes Code, yeah. And he out discuses Hercules by skipping the the discus on the water. And
Yeah,
Hercules is like, I love this guy.
yeah. It's my bro.
Yeah.
Oh, this too. But I will say, I think the actors that they cast for Hylas and Acastus look too similar.
I
Because
Hmm.
agree.
yeah, I was like, hang on, are you not on a secret mission with your dad? No,
Yeah,
no, you're a different person. I'm
yep.
like,
Same.
I actually find in a lot of movies with very white casts now, I have
hmm
trouble telling people apart.
Hmm.
And that's why sometimes costume design is important. Like if I think of like the Errol Flynn Robin Hood, the costumes were like so distinct, you kind of knew who
Right.
everyone was. Like you think of like an
Yeah.
older movie like that. Um, but yeah, I remember the first time in college, someone put on Pretty Little Liars. I was like, I can't tell these girls apart. Like they all look too similar. Like too many brunettes. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so he's gathering his crew, and he meets the gods. We'll do that scene before we get to our next lore check. He basically gets up there and is like, this guy's like, "Are you here to pray?" He's like, "This temple's in ruins. We had to come here to pray." I guess that was Hermes. And the guy's like, "I guess I'm Hermes. Watch me like get big."
Yeah, and magic my beard off as well. Like that was the whole disguise. Zoop, and then he goes
Yeah.
big. Yep.
Yeah. Uh,
Because we all know gods are big.
God's
That's
a
Yeah.
big. That's a fact.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, and I've always said that.
And I've
Yeah.
always said that and I list them.
And I list them.
Gotta
No,
say it.
no listing of gods in this one. They just a lot of just people in white robes. Like you can tell they did not say, "Oh, you're so and so, you're so and so." They're just
Yeah,
like,
that's true. And
yeah,
normally, like, it's kind of a given in these types of movies, and I do always make fun of it. It's like, you son of whomever,
yeah,
or it's like, yes, you god of this. And they didn't really do that,
yeah.
which I guess, you know what? I didn't really notice it, so that means I'm okay with it.
It was very much focused on Zeus and Hera.
Yeah, I think that's
Uh,
probably why they're like, we don't want to throw too many names at people.
yeah. So he floats up, and they're like, "Hey, we're Zeus and Hera," and he's like, "Oh wow, I didn't think the gods would help me." He's like, "I don't really need your help," like, and they're like, "Oh well." Basically they say
Hmm.
God helps those who helps themselves. Like, good for you. And Hera's like, well, Jason, you're my boy, I can help you 5 times. I've already helped you once, so 4 more times. And he's like, great.
I'm definitely not
Hmm.
gonna burn through those.
Oh, Jason.
Yeah,
Real himbo energy for this character that is supposed to be like pretty ingenious and like working out all these solutions to all these issues. Eh,
Jason's
Not.
so mid of the Greek heroes, I will say. Uh Attractive man.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. uh couldn't even tell he was dubbed. Shout out to the people of Missouri. He's from St. Louis. And yeah, so he's shrunk down, talked to the gods, and then time for his quest. So now let's kind of touch base on where we are, after his games where he gathered the heroes, like where we are in the myth of the Argonauts. So the Argonautica opens with a hymn to Apollo. And it says that Peleus is worried about the one-sandaled man coming to find him. And how he loses the sandal is he sees an old woman who needs help crossing a river, and he helps her cross the river. and that woman was Dua Lipa. No, that woman was Hera, which is this is a classic thing. We actually talked about this trope way back in like episode like 2 or 3, Book of Life, of like
Yeah.
gods using this kind of test. It's a common theme in like the kind and unkind girls fairy tale type, where there'll be like a fairy or
Fairy godmother, yeah.
yeah, in disguise, like who are you gonna help? Saint Christopher's story or so the Saint Martin story have a similar function where the poor person was actually Jesus the whole time. Um, yeah, and
I
that yeah,
think all of these characters with incredible powers just like to do the bit of let me do my little old man or my little old lady
yeah,
voice and
Yeah.
walk. There we
yeah.
Yeah.
go.
Before there were YouTubers to test people this way, there were the
Before
gods.
YouTube pranksters, there
Yeah.
were gods
Before
testing
Mr.
people.
Beast, there was Hera. Yeah. So then Polias similarly is like, oh, well, you have to go find the Golden Fleece. And they're like, I guess this guy told me I gotta do it. So uh Athena helps him build the Argo. They build it. They have a competition of all the greatest heroes, and Hercules is the best, but he's like, no, I think Jason should be in charge. So they're like, oh, okay.
See, that's how you do it. You delegate back the way. So there you go. I might be the strongest, but listen, you got real leadership skills,
Yeah.
kid. There you
Yeah.
go. And do you
Pats
know
him on the
what?
back.
These games, for the sake of the Olympians, I think that you're onto something here. These
Yeah.
could be
These could,
It's to be big.
the games of Olympus, right?
Yeah.
yeah. We'll
That could be
workshop
big.
it. We'll
We'll
workshop it.
workshop it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
thinking rings as our logo, but we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it
yeah.
later.
Maybe a torch.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Hercules obviously shows up. His twin Hylas is there, his like charioteer boy who helped him fight the Hydra.
Okay.
Orpheus, son of the muse Calliope, famous for that whole Eurydice debacle, is here. Two sons of Boreas the North Wind, they can fly.
Fun.
Peleus, the father of Achilles, is
Mm.
here. Theseus is sometimes in the story, but not in the Argonautica. In the Argonautica, they're like he was stuck in the underworld because his dumbass friend got him on this quest where they're gonna try and kidnap Persephone. Um, but Theseus, who killed the Minotaur, sometimes there. Uh, Atalanta, the girl, the one like warrior girl, wanted
The
to be
Pink
there.
Ranger.
Yeah, the Pink Ranger of this
Yeah,
wanted
the
to be
Pink
there.
Ranger.
And they're like, actually, a girl would be too much. People might get too horny. There'd be drama. And she's like, I see this glass ceiling. Um,
Mm.
And also
Acestus,
she's like, oh, okay, so only a woman being there will make you horny? Sure. We're
tell
in
that,
Greece.
yeah, tell that to Hylas.
Not
Yeah.
the Highlands. Hercules is twink.
Yeah. Acestus, son of Pelias, is there, and then Castor and Polydeuces, or Castor and Pollux, the Gemini, were
Mm-hmm.
there. Helen of
We're
Troy's brothers
hitting
from an egg.
all the zodiac here. Oh, and an egg. Yeah, yeah, the egg
The whole
people.
zodiac's here.
Hmm
The
Yeah.
whole zodiac showed up. Um, Sometimes Odysseus' dad, Laertes, is included. Uh, Ilis or Idis, Jason's top hater, is there. He's always critiquing Jason. A guy named Meleager, who is big in the Chaldean boar myth, Atlanta's first love, is on the quest. Idmon the prophet, and Tippes, the shipmaster, as well as Argus.
God, this
The
is like a Game of Thrones season finale. Like all of these
Yeah.
bit part characters that had like
yeah.
one line, they're back just for the big hurrah at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is an abbreviated list. There's a lot of people, and they're like, "Who's that?" They're like, "That's the son of so and so," and you're like, "Who's that?"
And they're like, well, that's the person that did this. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't get that memo.
Uh, so that's basically where we're at in the myth. So following decently close, and we're moving now back to the movie where they're instantly stuck at sea. It's giving the cabin fever song in Muppet Treasure Island. Hannah's a big Muppets fan, and I've always said that. Yeah. And she always lists her favorite Muppets. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And Elmo's not a Muppet. Never mind.
Elmo is. Sesame Street is a Muppet.
But it's not the Muppets though. That's a different street. There's Sesame Street and then there's a
Martha
different street.
Avenue.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
did we
It's
talk
Fraggle
about
Rock.
the Argos guy who built the boat yet?
No, I mean we're there. He
Okay,
built the
yeah.
boat.
He built the boat, and this is where we get introduced to, oops, I put the thingy on backwards, but someone really like I was inspired. Someone kind of convinced me to do this. And Jason's like, it's perfect.
It's perfect. He's
I
he's an
love it.
artist. He's like,
Yeah,
I was moved this way.
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I love I love her
Love
her
this choice.
yeah, I love
Love her
her.
cow eyes.
Yeah, her
The cow eyes.
lashes. Yeah.
We are really queering the figurehead on this ship,
Yeah.
This is the way we're
Yeah.
doing it. She doesn't
Yeah.
have to be pointing the right way. She just is pointing the right way. She's pointing at you.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, he said yes, Queen of the Gods. Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh but yeah, they're instantly stuck at sea.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I don't know what to do. I guess use my Hera power, phone a friend.
He like
And
goes up to like whisper to her.
and she does the very slow eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And people are like, what is he doing? And he's like, where's food? And she's whispering, she's like, oh, there's Talos' island where Hephaestus used to forge stuff for the gods. He's not there anymore, but just only take food and water, nothing else. Uh, and so he tells them, okay, this is how we're gonna get there. And Hercules is like, well, if there's a woman with a full heart and a full breast, you can't stop me. And I'm like,
Really? Really?
sure,
Yeah,
Hercules.
overcompensating much, Hercules.
Yeah,
Like,
Uh-huh.
is there something?
overcompensating on Amazon Prime. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heracles, Hercules, whoever you are,
Uh-huh.
get out of that closet. Like,
get out.
Get
Yeah,
out of there.
get out of
Come on
there.
out. Come on. It's okay.
never mind going searching for brooch pins against the very specific instruction not to pick up anything apart from food and drink.
And this is where I was like, so this is the same Hercules who
Yeah,
did a bunch of stuff. And I'm like,
yeah.
no, this is a dumbass.
The
Well,
brain cells
Hercules
died off after that
after that
action.
I
Hera,
guess.
Yeah.
yeah, after that Hera imbued bout of madness where he killed his wife and kids, wasn't the same, never
That was a
recovered.
bad time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Mm.
he's a dummy. And so instantly they get to the island and he's like, "Let me sneak off with Hylas." And you're like, "Yes."
Hmm.
Looking for a full busted maid, sure.
Sure.
And then they go as Callum described it to me, they would go under Talus's legs immediately. Under
Well, they
his
did. Yes. The
yes. It is
the
correct that
Talos,
is
the Bronze Sea is right there.
right
Hmm.
where Hannah can reach it.
Literally, I mean, look at these abs, these pecs, arms. I mean,
Yeah.
listen.
A sight to behold.
Hmm.
And they sneak under and they get this like Cave of Wonders-esque
Yes.
treasure trove. And he's like, let's take
Similar to
something.
the Cave of Wonders, don't touch anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These people didn't see Aladdin. What the heck? It's a
Nope.
classic.
It's a classic. Like the gods keep the treasure here, and Hercules is like, they won't miss it. And you're like, have you met your family?
Literally, have you met your family?
They the pettiest people
Hmm.
of all, famously petty among gods, which is a petty category.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that he's instantly like, they won't miss this giant brooch pin.
sure.
Yeah, they get
Whoops.
stuck and then they break out, and then Talos is gonna chase them, and he's gonna kill them all. Very
Mhm.
slowly, but he's gonna
Very
do
so
it.
he'll do it. He's got some stiff knees, okay? He's made of metal and iron
Yeah.
or whatever it is, bronze.
Yeah, what's my
What I'm looking for.
excuse? Yeah.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and they're very this scene did shock me actually when they're trying to escape and then Talos actually reaches and like
Yeah.
shakes the boat and dumps them
Yeah.
all down and breaks it.
Mhm.
I did not expect that. I was like, whoa.
It's
Hmm.
full on. I remember this kid as a kid. This scene sort of frightened me a bit, and I think part of it is the sound effects, that creaking
Oh, yeah.
noise of him moving about, and that it is this sort of slightly stilted movement, but there's just something really uncanny about it all. And like the whole
Yeah.
like Colossus of Rhodes pose that he strikes,
Yeah.
it's like
Hmm.
very intimidating.
Hmm.
And I think we're used to the plot armor, especially in a movie like this,
Right.
where they'd
Hmm.
somehow get away with the
Hmm.
scratch. Not like, no, the boat's wrecked. Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was like, damn, how are they gonna recover?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he goes to the Hera ship mast, and she's like, well, obviously this is bitch ass Hercules' fault. Hate him, always have. Uh, so the only way to get him is to pull out like his stopper in his heel, in his Achilles heel. And so they make a plan. They're gonna lure him. Jason's gonna hide, and he's gonna get out there and he's gonna twist the heel thing where he
Stopper.
keeps his
Yeah.
Yeah.
juice, his juice of
The
life.
red Kool-Aid.
The
Yes.
red
Yeah,
Kool-Aid.
he runs on he runs on red 40.
Oh no.
uh
What's that stuff you drink, Colin? The Celsius.
so he runs on
Oh,
Celsius.
Celsius. Yep.
Yeah. I'm 50% Celsius. This was stressful. Because I was imagining if I had to do that, and I hate being under pressure, and I'm just like trying to like, and then you're being watched while you do it. I was
Yeah,
stressed.
it's me doing like parallel parking with a friend in the passenger seat. I'm like, please don't. Just
Please,
don't look
Hera,
at
help
me.
me. When Talos falls, Hercules leaves the brooch pin. Hylas goes to get it, gets squished, and then Hercules is like, I gotta look for him. And I'm like,
What do you mean
bro,
look
we
for him?
saw him get squished.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead,
He's
dead.
just he's in denial of that, like, how could I be so stupid to get my twink smushed?
Yeah. And not by me.
Oh,
And
and then yeah, yeah.
Denial is a
After
river in Egypt.
Egypt, yeah.
Hercules is gay. Yeah.
Hercules getting his twink smashed, almost like getting the entire crew killed, and then fucking off and like, see you later. Zeus has other plans for him. Well, okay. This was my
Yeah.
big gun
Yeah,
on
literally.
on the Argo.
Hmm.
What's it
Yeah.
like? Rude.
It's very rude. He's like he has main character syndrome, and Jason is like, but this is my story.
Yeah, I think that's why Jason's like, yeah, okay, fine, fuck off.
Fuck off.
Bye.
And the Argonauts are like, no, we need him. And then he's like, well, gotta talk to Hera. Now this is the last time she can help. So
Hmm.
wait, so there's River,
Yeah.
how to get to the island, Hercules' fault, go see Phineas. No, which one am I missing?
There's one later, isn't there?
I thought this was her last.
No, maybe this is her second to last one. Because isn't there one later in the movie?
The she had already run out of helps by the time they get to the Clashing Rocks.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's
Doesn't she? I think there's a
But then did
third
she give a
thing.
freebie?
No.
I thought she helped again later. I don't know.
oh was Poseidon or Neptune not the last
No,
thing?
because that
Neptune.
was
No, she,
a thing that he got from Phineas. That was a
Okay, okay,
necklace.
right,
okay,
So
okay,
they
okay.
ran
I thought
out
that.
at maybe she says she's the one who's like, you have to go through the. I think she tells them that Hercules woke Talos and a separate time
Yeah.
how to kill him.
Yeah,
okay.
they're really stingy about specifically how many questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and Jason is very dumb in when he asks and what he asks. He is not strategic at
Mhm.
all. And Hera is even like, are you sure? Like,
Yeah.
she's like, this is what you're going with? He's like,
Yeah.
yeah. She's like, oh my gosh, you should have found one smart person in this crew.
Yeah.
Uh,
But this is where she reveals herself to the rest of the crew, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
She does sorry to
And they're
anyone
all like,
listening audibly, but I'm gonna do a slow,
Eye open.
yeah.
Yeah, there we
yeah.
go.
And everyone's like, oh, gasp.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, that's why you were talking to this
Because it
statue.
talks back.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, Hercules, Zeus has other plans. You got to go see the prophet Phineas. He'll tell you what to do.
Mhm.
Uh,
Did she call him the blind prophet, right?
I think
The
so.
blind prophet
Yeah.
Phineas? Yeah.
She's giving the meme, the meme of like blue-eyed people, where it's like, I don't know if you've seen this, where it's like they walk around with their eyes like
Oh, with
open,
the
open. Yeah.
yeah.
I famously do that. Not really, because I'm only sort of blue-eyed.
Mm.
It depends on how racist you are.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
I do
checks
meet
out, I
people
guess.
who are like, I love that you have blonde hair and blue eyes. And I'm like, do I have either?
I don't think you don't have blonde hair.
Yeah. I will describe myself as blonde when I want to get out of doing something too hard. I'll be like, I can't do this. I'm
At
too
least you're
blonde.
honest. You
Yeah.
should have been
I
like,
need
I'm
to have more
Hercules and
fun.
Jason and the Argonauts. That's what you should do.
Yeah. I can't figure out this onboarding. I'm Hercules and Jason and the Argonauts. Yeah.
Ask Hera. You've got one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh, so where we are in the Jason and the Argonauts myth is somewhere totally else.
Nice.
Yeah, so their first stop is the island of Lemnos.
Mm.
And it's full of women who killed all their husbands. Because they were annoying. They're like, get rid of him. And then Jason and crew show up and they're like, ooh, don't let him in. And they're like, but we need babies if we got to keep this going. So Jason shows up and the queen is like, ooh, Jason. Jason Derulo. Yeah. Uh
Jason
eh,
seems to have a thing for attracting women who kill.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
women more powerful than him.
Hmm.
He's like
Oh.
he's always defined by the woman near him, whether it's Hera, Medea, the Queen of Lemnos. And so the crew is all like seduced and is hanging out there, and Hercules is like, I'm not going there. We're not acting manly. We need to focus on the quest. And I'm like, you're not beating the gay allegations, Hercules. You're really everyone's
Yeah.
seduced by the women. He's like, I'm not even getting off the boat.
Mm-mm.
He's like, island of all women, count me out.
That's so fucking funny.
Uh, and I'm gonna link. I watched a video summary of the Argonautica, and I'm gonna link that there, because that was very helpful, and I love the internet because these. I was like, I'm gonna read this epic. It's not too long, and I was like, oh no,
It's a lot. Yeah.
yeah. And then on that they leave eventually because Hercules is like, we gotta get back on the quest. Um, they meet some cool people, but then monsters attack, and then they fight in the dark, and they accidentally kill the cool people. So they're
Mm.
stuck until they make a temple to Rhea, mother of the gods, Zeus's mom. Then they go to an island where Hylas is so beautiful that the water nymphs, the naiads, see him in the water and pull him below to live with them and to be
Uh,
uh their husband. And Hercules is looking for him and is like, I won't leave without him. And they're like, oh no, but the sea god Glaucus is like, Hylas is underwater now. Hercules will be looking for him for a while, but Zeus has got plans for him. So it's very similar.
mhm.
See, what Nymphorasia again from this movie, instead of
Yes.
Yeah.
that twink getting smushed, he like Hercules got cucked by some nymphs.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. In Pride Month, these women took him by bisexual erasure. Yeah, and I think it's because this Hylas wasn't cute. I'm sorry.
Mm.
Like Jason was giving like, okay, he's hot, sure. Um,
Hercules giving daddy.
giving daddy, but Hylas was giving like, oh,
Acastus.
Yeah, he was
Is
yeah.
giving
what he's
I,
doing.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you said that because literally when they were like on the island, I was like, he's with Acastus. I was like, wait, what? And then he's like, I have to go find Hylas. I was like, oh, that's who that
That's who it
was.
is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. They're so similar. So yeah, he's giving
Yeah.
Acastus.
Yeah, he was giving kind of like old, and like even Hermes was not giving like what I expect from a Hermes.
Oh yeah, Hermes is
Yeah,
kind of a weird
just kind of
cast.
yeah. So I was like, this Hylas is chopped. And so I only believe him getting smushed, not kidnapped by naiads.
Right.
They also go to an island where King Amycus is inhospitable and which is a big sin for them.
Mhm.
And challenges everyone who visits to a boxing match.
Love that.
And
That
so
it's giving Donald Trump.
doing Donald Trump is giving UFC on the White House lawn.
It
And
is.
Polydeuces, Pollux, Helen of Troy's egg brother, one of the Gemini, he is known as the boxer because he boxed King Amycus and one. And then his people scatter, they gather supplies, they leave. Back to the movie. And now back to Arthur. They they get to Phineas the prophet, who's being constantly harassed by we get this scene, he's in these ruins. These
Yeah.
ladies run out and like lay a feast. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to know, are these like women in the village feeding him? Are these nymphs? Are these people whose job it is to like, are they part of this torture?
Right. Like, what is the situation here? But he's given
Like a
a wonderful
feast.
feast
And then the harpies
with fruits
come.
they definitely would not have had.
Yeah.
But yeah, the harpies show up. Like I like went to go
Yeah.
grab something, come back, and I was like, oh no, because I thought I was like, oh, he's just getting a nice little feast.
Those
No,
harpies. Yeah. Women, am I right? Harpies.
yeah,
They show up and they're attacking him. He calls them devils a lot, which I'm like, these look a little too devilly to be calling you, confusing the children.
yeah,
This is a harpy.
Although a very not birdie harpy,
No,
very
yeah,
batty harpy.
very
very
batty.
batty.
Yeah.
Their logic is erratic. Yeah.
Potato in a jacket.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they're kind of designed to be more like Furies. Well, actually, I wonder
Oh,
because
right.
a lot of the early Harryhausen stuff had to do with dinosaurs, and I wonder if maybe they were like
The
pterodactyls, but
pterodactyls.
with
The
like
models remade or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
with the big wings.
Yeah,
These
interesting.
these are these our third harpies? Because if you think we had Last Unicorn,
Hmm.
Triple Boob,
Which was very birdie.
Birdie, and we had
Very
the very
birdie.
batty one in Narnia, 205
Yes.
Narnia. And then
This are
these, unless we count the things that Hades turns into in Clash of the Titans reboot, but I consider those more Furies. But the line is vague between
yeah,
them.
Mhm.
yeah.
Uh, but we get this sequence where Jason and them show up and they're like, because Phineas is like, I haven't sinned that much. I shouldn't suffer
Yeah,
this much.
no, he says, I was a sinner, but not every day. And I was like, ooh, I like that quote.
Yeah. Uh,
Me when I
And
get
they
to
know.
heaven,
put that
I
on
go,
some Etsy merch
not
right
every
there.
day.
I was
On
just
Etsy,
there,
hell
but not
yeah.
every day.
And it's just
Yeah.
a bottle of wine. That's the logo.
The harpies, they don't just steal his food; they snatch his shawl as well. Like how
Yeah.
Yeah.
rude these harpies are, especially
Yeah.
if he's not been all that bad, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Phineas,
every day.
not every day.
Yeah.
He
And they
calls
don't
out for Ferb.
cause up for they don't tell us what sins they were either.
Yeah,
Because
so
we're
that's
like,
the other
sometimes
thing.
it's like gossip's a sin,
Right.
depending on who's keeping the books,
Not being hospitable, like
not being
making
has
people
Right.
box, like
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's doing it? Gluttony, was it? I don't know. But the they show up and we get this very long sequence of them with nets and they trap the harpies and they fight the harpies. And I'm like, this is so
There was an easier
slow.
way.
Yeah. And
Yeah. That was slow on 1.5 speed. Like, because they set up the net. Oh my God, I can't even imagine it at normal speed because they have to climb up, set it up. So they do it on the sides of like these ruins
yeah.
because there's like the holes in between the pillars, and then they do it on the empty, roof, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like teasing the harpies to get them. They've been under the net for 20 minutes, and then they're like, okay, now
Close it.
release it. What?
And then they put them in cages and they leave them in cages where they get to watch Phineas eat
Yeah.
and taunt them. Now, if I was playing like Mythology Zoo Tycoon and I had to make a harpy exhibit,
Coming this fall.
I would do like you could do like the ruins with the nets on the top and the
Mhm.
sides. That'd be
Yeah.
fun. That'd be a cool design.
It would be fun if it was an aviary, but it's like a at your own risk aviary where you walk
Oh, you can
through.
walk in.
They might
Uh-huh.
snatch.
Yeah. They
Hold
might
on to your
snatch your
shawls.
shawl.
Yeah.
I
And
really want this game to happen, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Age of
Hold on
Mythology
to your
Zoo Tycoon.
kids.
Yeah.
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 Did you sin every day?
Okay,
Yeah.
actually, this is kind of a fun idea for a zoo tycoon. I love it.
It's like a cheat code. I think you could get like unicorns with a cheat code in Zoo Tycoon.
Yeah, I
So
was gonna say someone probably's modded it. So if you're
yeah.
listening, you're good at modding. Let us know if you've done some harpies. We'll put a harpy. I have Zoo Tycoon on some
Yeah.
device.
They're
I'll
actually
send it.
making a Monster Zoo game, I think. I think I saw a trailer for that
Fun,
recently.
fun.
Maybe this could be a reality. So yeah, he's like, you got to go through the clashing rocks. They clash. Good luck. Here's a totem that I wear. It's giving like the big totems in Brother Bear, like the big.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a Aquarius. I'm a Triton. Here's my fish. I'm a Pisces. Um, and they're like, all right, we got to keep going. Have fun in the cage, harpies. Ha ha. Um, so lore check. This guy, Phineas, was in the myths. Apollo gave him prophecy. Zeus took it away because he told too many secrets. That's what his not everyday sins were.
Gossip.
Gossip.
Gossip. Yeah.
Mm.
Don't come for me, harpies. And the harpies were they took his food, but they're also stinky.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
they'd come and they would smell up anything that was left. And it's
Ooh.
like
Oh, they would
dirty.
befoul it, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I noticed that they
befoul.
they were like in the movie they were rolling the stuff and they like dropped it all on the ground before they ate it. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe they just like
interesting.
a bit of dirt, extra dirt.
Yeah. Extra nutrients.
Yeah.
They're maha. Yeah. Um
Triggered.
Hannah took a hit point.
Another hit point gone.
And then they had because the Argonauts were such more colorful characters in the myths. I feel like they really samed out this crew. They had the Sons of the North Wind who could fly, chase the harpies.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Uh, and then Phineas is like, here's some tips on how to get to the Clashing Rocks. Release a dove
Mm.
Oh.
and then follow the dove. It
Hmm.
worked for Noah. It's gonna work
I
for
was gonna say,
you.
he's like, I knew this man Noah.
Yeah, I'm not old.
I'm that old. I saw
With
the Great Flood.
I saw the Great Flood, which there is a Great Flood in Greek mythology.
Mm.
Deucalion? Yes. Daedalus was the labyrinth. Deucalion was the flood.
Wait, how did you say his name? Daedalus?
Yeah, I mean that could be wrong.
No, I was gonna say I've only heard Daedalus, but
That could be right.
Daedalus sounds more Greek, like the way
Yeah.
those would be.
The combo of reading these stories as a kid and having
Yes.
slight dyslexia
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
just
yeah,
I'm just rolling with it.
yeah.
Persephone is how I thought Persephone was first pronounced.
Same. Yeah,
Persephone and then
Persephone.
Aphrodite for
Oh,
Aphrodite.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cute.
I hadn't heard the She's So High Above Me song yet.
Oh man.
Another hit
Classic.
point gone. Yeah.
I need a D20. I need a saving throw.
Yeah. We get to the clashing rocks in the movie. They clash, they see a ship get sklomped.
Schlumped indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a word.
Yeah, just squished, wrecked, and they're like, ooh, the gods are so cruel. Someday we're not gonna need them.
Oh, oh,
Well,
Oh,
right in
okay.
front of my goddess. Okay.
yeah.
Right in front of my God.
Right in front of Hera. I've used her 5 times. I don't need her anymore. Um,
Yeah.
and they're trying to get through, and they don't know what to do. So he throws his amulet into the sea, his Triton amulet. And we get Triton.
It's so funny that he is so frivolous and flimsy with these things, like the advice, the wishes, or like,
Yeah,
wishes, saves, whatever his free save throws,
yeah,
and this magical thing, he doesn't really know what it's gonna do, and he's just
exactly.
like, maybe this will work. It's like,
Whoop. Yeah.
bro, you're playing a little fast and loose.
I mean, Perseus was losing divine gifts every 10 seconds in Clash of the
True,
Titans.
true, true, true.
Mhm.
I
And,
guess,
and lots can happen when you eat something into the sea, as we have seen
True,
over and over
yeah.
true.
again in Greek mythology.
So the Triton Ariel's dad comes out,
Yeah,
and he keeps it open for them to row through.
yeah.
Um,
With his big fish tail.
Yeah,
Yeah, big fishy tail, big
Hmm.
exposed nips.
yeah. And he was doing this, and there was like a little shake. I was like, "Ooh, shimmy!"
Shimmy, shimmy.
Cute.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
Yeah, and we get that Zeus is like, well, Jason's stuck, and Hera's like, I got one more trick up my sleeve.
Okay, this was
Triton.
not okay. This was not asked for. She just did this.
She knew it was coming. She
Right.
knew Phineas has the thing, so I planned ahead. I ace up my
Interesting.
sleeve. I just need this dumbass to throw this amulet in the ocean, and I'm good.
Actually, she was like, I know this dumbass is gonna get this thing that's important. He's just gonna throw it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it was.
Smart queen.
Yeah,
Hmm.
she's smart. And again, I wanted that as a board game. And this is also where Zeus is like, I'm only as powerful as many people worship me. I'm the god of many men. Someday I won't be, and I won't have any power, and I'll go fade away. But you're still with me, and I appreciate that. She's like, yeah, I'm still with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, she's just kind
Sure,
of
why
like,
not?
why
Yeah.
not? I'll be queen for a
Yeah,
moment.
she's like, I've been through a lot already. I might as well just keep sticking it out.
Yeah. And so that's where I was like, is this implying like an age where man doesn't need the divine anymore? Or is this supposed to be like, Jesus will replace me? I'll
Oh,
be bought
oh,
out by
interesting.
Christianity, like, and I won't have any worshipers. Because that's a very modern idea, is that
Right,
gods need worshipers to live.
right.
I'm like Tinkerbell Finn, I need applause to live. Um, and so like Rachel Berry, these gods feed off of the praise, and when it's
Mhm.
gone they just say pleek, they fade away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like, is this
Mhm.
because there was a common story that was like the great god Pan is dead, and that this sailor heard it on Christmas
Mhm.
because
Oh.
Jesus was born, and people are like, this story might have been referring to like when Aphrodite's lover Adonis would die, they would like do ritual mourning for him. That was like a big thing in the Near East, with Ishtar and Tammuz. When he died, they'd mourn for him, like this kind of. So it's like maybe he heard that, and then that became this myth. If Pan, who means like kind of all the gods, everything dies. So I was like, are we invoking that, or are we invoking the Enlightenment? Who's to say?
Right.
Um,
Either way, we're just gonna very, very lightly touch on it and then brush on past,
yeah.
like so many things in this
Too
movie.
deep of a question. We don't have time.
We don't have time.
We have too many slow scenes to get through.
Yes. So how they dealt with the clashing rocks in the mythology is they sent the dove out and followed the dove, and Athena kind of gave them the last push
Hmm,
out.
okay.
Um, and they see Apollo going by as they sail, build a temple. They see a dead friend of Hercules' ghost, like his ghost says waves goodbye. They see a new friend of Hercules who's left behind on one of Hercules' missions, joins them. Uh, the
He's
Stymph,
just leaving a sea of skeletons
yeah,
of
he's
people who trusted him.
he's haunting the narrative. And people think that was like a
Interesting.
literary choice in a way, to be like he's
Interesting.
like the older kind of hero haunting the
Right.
narrative.
Mhm.
The Stymphalian birds, so Ares' favorite iron birds attack, and they outwit them by putting on their like helmets. Then the birds are like, "Are you one of us?"
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what the
Oh.
helmets. Like I think I've known the
Yeah.
helmet idea from the story. Okay, interesting.
They meet the sons of Phrixus, who want the fleece back because they were just kind of left on an island by AETs. So they're gonna join. And they see Prometheus being tortured. They fly by his island or
God, this
drive by.
really is the greatest hits tour, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
and this
eras of.
movie
Mhm.
barely touches. I mean, there are silent gods that are up in Olympus. You can see them in the background, but we're not really going through them like we do in a lot of other movies. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do trim the gods that we focus on, which I think is good for the storytelling. But is it now that we're talking about it, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, they're trimming it in the story.
Yeah.
And with
Uh,
that said, to see the clashing rocks, I was like, okay, is this sort of a variation of Scylla and Charybdis? Because I forgot that that actually
Mm,
happened in Jason and the Argonauts. But apparently, the plan was originally they were going to have Scylla and Charybdis in this movie, and like a centaur and Cerberus, but they cut all of that out. They decided, no,
Wow.
there are already plenty of lengthy set piece moments in this, so we don't need
Yeah.
more of those things.
We
So yeah.
cannot sacrifice a second.
Yeah. And we need that's why they put the two-headed dog in Clash of the Titans.
Hmm.
Which is
Oh,
interesting in that movie felt older, but I guess a modern aspect is I think it was a little faster paced
right.
than this one. It
Yeah.
felt like an older movie, but it moving faster than this one.
Mhm.
So they see the wreck and they see Medea in the wreck. And they pick
I'm
I'm
sorry now
only
that
thinking of Tyler Perry now.
yeah, from Tyler Perry's The Passion of the Christ.
I
Yeah.
need this edit so bad. What a niche thing for us to ask for. Please, someone on the internet, please do this for
get
us.
to it, yeah.
And they save her. They're like, first they're like, oh, I guess these people are dead. And they're like, wait, there's a hot lady. They
It's
sa-
Mhm.
Medea.
it's Medea.
Medea.
They save her and she's like, hey, what's going on? And he asks her all these questions. She's like, oh, we were sacrificing to the gods of the rocks. I guess our gods didn't fucking like us. I work in the temple of Hecate. He's like, oh, you're a
Like
dancer?
dancer.
Yeah. She's like, sure. She's like, can you tell me your name? And he's like, I'm Jason, been around the world, speak the language, but your booty don't need explaining. Yeah.
And then that's why later she goes, I love him.
Yeah.
She loved that line.
So they get to Colchis. They show up, are greeted. She's like, see me at the temple. And
It's
she,
we don't get we don't really get a big greeting for him though. It's like because we don't see like the king until a little bit after the dance number that completely stops the plot.
yeah, we get
Love
it.
an old
I love it
movie.
though.
I
I
mean,
Yeah,
love.
it's gorgeous. I mean, legitimately, like now I do kind of want to talk about like the design of the movie. I think the design of the movie is really spectacular. I did
Mm.
really enjoy the looks and we
it
talked about the
feels like
animation.
Mediterranean. Like,
It
I
does,
feel this is how the story should look.
yeah, and I think like the scene that scene specifically that's behind Callum is like it's like a dark temple and then the dance sequence and stuff and like it feels very full. So
Mm.
it's really spectacular and she's wearing so much bronzer. I love
Yeah,
it.
Sparkling away.
sparkling
Ah,
away.
It's giving a Noxuna Moon in the first Mummy movie.
yes.
Yes.
Painted gold. Love it.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
this it gives Disneyland ride in the best way. I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of the really good Disney rides have like this old Hollywood like show mini feel. And
Yeah.
I think that's like you could see like the big sunny vistas, and then you turn, now you're in the dark, spooky temple and like
Mm.
Mhm.
that kind of feeling. And I think I wanna put a mental pin in like that sunny feeling as we get to Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, a director who
Okay.
loves the sun.
The darkness.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I've always said that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we get to this temple. She's like, come meet me at the temple. And she's like, oh, I had a vision that Jason was gonna come and we should welcome him. I don't know if she
Mhm.
had a vision or if she's like, I'm gonna use my job to get my
Yep.
crush good in with the king, who's not
Listen.
her dad in this version. In this version, she's just the priestess at the temple.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
They never, I was waiting to see if he's like my daughter. Doesn't say that.
It's not said, but it doesn't mean that. No, I suppose it does mean. But her
Yeah.
dad, or her not dad, the king Aetes, has a crazy wig. Like
Oh
it's
my God.
talking, yeah.
The
The
beard is
design of this,
also crazy. Love a beard that has no connectors. It's just the chin.
it's a strong choice. The whole look, King
Yeah.
Aetes.
And they feast them, and
Mm.
they're Midia's lounging, very
Hmm.
sexily.
But she's
They're
changed her look. She's wiped off the browns of the bronzer
Yeah,
and she's done
she's in
another
a
eye look.
yeah.
And
Sh-
also,
She's
I was
serving any scene she's in. Yeah.
absolutely, but I was like her and Hera with like the falsy lashes. I'm like, oh God, what's in the glue that they're using? Because this was the 60s. I'm like, is it asbestos? Probably.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Lead.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's I'm like, God, oh, but she looks amazing. They look great.
I thought you meant in the context of the story. I was like, yeah, probably chopped up children and
That
whatever. Like
too.
that was, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh and so they're lounging, and then he's like, actually, Akestis told me that you're here to steal my fucking fleece. Show up to
Hmm.
my house, so this party's over, you're getting arrested.
And he walks in and I go, he got smushed. No, different person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, him showing up was a fun reveal.
Oh,
We were like,
because
oh,
we forgot that he killed someone, right? They were mad. He was mad at Jason. Madea watched this. He was mad at Jason,
yes,
and he's like, "You're gonna ruin this quest. I'm gonna kill you." And they like duel.
because
And this
he
is when I
didn't.
kept thinking of the mutiny song in Epic. I was just like, "You're gonna have a
Oh,
kiss."
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was he mad about again? Uh,
That Jason wanted to like befriend Medea or something.
yeah, that like they
Yeah.
wanted to like go with her, and he was
Yeah.
like,
No. And then they
no.
fight and he kills somebody in the water. Someone is the best swimmer, goes after him and he kills him in the water.
Yeah, and he's got a tiny cut on his.
Yeah.
She goes, "Oh, you're wounded." I'm like, "'Tis but a scratch,"
But she can heal him with the magical plant.
which she says is like they call it like Prometheus's blood, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that man's been tortured enough. We don't need to be sucking out his blood, okay?
Yeah. And then that's when she's like, go meet me at the temple.
Yeah.
So we skipped ahead, but yeah, then we get the big fight where they're all arrested and Hecates shows back up, be like, I was one move ahead of you. And then Medea goes to Hecate and is like, in another look, new look in her prayer look.
Pulls another out.
Her
Yep.
prayer look.
Her Instagram is full of looks, of look inspos. Yeah. And she's like, what should I do? Should I betray you and my people? But then I'd be betraying myself. So classic dilemma.
Yeah, disappointed that this statue doesn't talk because it's got three heads. One is a dog, one is a goat, I think, and one is something else. It's
Yeah.
like that. This would have been a sight to behold. The
Yeah.
chatting away.
Yeah.
Played by like 3 different actresses. It's like Tippi Hedren,
Love.
Grace Kelly.
Love, okay.
Who's our third?
Are we going with Audrey Hepburn?
Audrey Hepburn, there we go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
just like huge A-listers that just get it. Can you just all be the voice of Hecate? Yeah.
Medea, I would like to say.
Yeah. And then they dub her over with Marnie Nixon. Yeah. So she is like, I guess I gotta be true to me. She drugs the guards, saves Jason and the Argonauts, and is like, I know how to get the fleece. We gotta go. We gotta be quick before they realize my betrayal. Because the moment Aeetes sees the guards drugged, he's like, it's Medea.
Yep.
No one else has that herbal knowledge here.
Mm-hmm.
Knows their essential oils. Yeah.
The witch.
She's the witch.
She's that witch.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Medea's betrayal and her inner feelings about it is actually a big part of the story of Tyler Perry's. Yeah.
Tyler Perry's Medea
Yeah.
poisons some
Betrayal.
guards.
Yeah.
I think this is actually a plot line in Medea Goes to Jail. I think she poisons the guards to get out. Yeah. This sounds familiar.
So in the Argonautica, Hera and Athena are like, what are we gonna do to get this golden fleece? So like, we got to go to Aphrodite and get her help so Medea falls in love with Jason. And they're like, Aphrodite, can you have arrows shoot an arrow at him? And Medea, and she's like, well, Eros is mad at me. He's just not doing what I say. And Hera's like, I'm a mom. You may know my children, the god of war, the god of the forge.
I'm a boy mom.
I'm a boy
I'm
mom.
a boy mom.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
what was a fetus? Now hair. Yeah.
If you
Lots of
notice,
boy
my
moms.
2 sons are part of the 12 Olympians, but my daughters, the goddess of childbirth and youth, are not headliners. I am a boy mom. But she's like, get him a golden ball, get him a toy, and say that you'll give him the toy if he doesn't. So she's classic boy mom bribery.
Yeah.
And so he does do it for the toy. And so Medea is in love with him and is torn because her father is like, Jason, I'll give you the fleece if you can tame the bulls of the sun and plow a field with them. I'm the son of the sun god, so that doesn't the fact that they breathe fire, not an issue for me. But good luck. And so Medea is torn, but her sister's sons are with the Argonauts. And so her sister is like, please help because they're going to kill the Argonauts if they fail. and those are my kids. And she's like, okay, I guess I don't have to feel that guilty because at least I'm helping my sister and her kids.
Yeah.
And she meets Jason at the Temple of Hecate, and it's like, here's this lotion. It's made with the blood of Prometheus and some herbs. Bathe at midnight and then put on the lotion. It'll last for 24 hours. So he makes a bunch of promises to her that he's going to take her home and marry her, and he's going to love her forever. And we all know he keeps those. And so
They always do.
They always do. He yokes the bulls, and he has to sew dragon's teeth behind him. That's part of like plowing the field.
Oh.
And then warriors sprout up from the dragon's teeth. And Madea gave him the advice to throw a rock, and then they'll think one of them attacked each other, and they'll all kill each other. So that's how he outwits them. Again, he's helped by a powerful woman.
Yeah.
And then Aeetes is like, fuck. And so that night, Medea's like, I'm screwed. He knows I did this. He knows that that's the only way Jason got away with this. So she leaves a lock of hair for her mom. She flees back to the temple with Selene, the moon goddess, protecting her, watching over her. And she meets with Jason and is like, please take me with you and marry me, and I'll help you get the fleece. He's like, great. And they go to get the fleece. So now back to the movie, where they go to fight a Hydra that's guarding a multi-headed dragon. It doesn't have the multiplying heads though.
No.
Yeah.
Right. It's it doesn't grow more heads, right? So that's why I was like, is this a Hydra? So, but they call it a Hydra later on in the movie. So like, okay, but if they didn't read up on the lore, clearly.
And so
he could have asked their good pal Hercules. Like, he's been there, done that.
Yeah. He would have been like, watch out, they grow more heads. And then it would have happened to be like, shit, I don't know what this is.
But then Jason just stabs it anyway in the middle of it. So it's like, guess I didn't have to cut off any heads anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. A long fight sequence. Medea just kind of watches. I kept expecting her to do something.
To do anything.
Yeah.
She's just prepping her next self-care session. She's like, what herbs, what little things, flowers I can throw into the mix.
She's like, this is giving me stress. I'm absolutely going to need a new serum. I'm going to do a face mask, maybe a seaweed peel. Yeah.
Get ready with me to betray my father and flee my country.
I'm wearing this eyeliner. I'm wearing the falsies from Trixie Mattel. And I'm using asbestos glue to put them on.
He just stabs the Hydra. They grab the fleece. That's really gold sometimes.
Right. It gets dull, like you like turn it on and off.
Yeah. Like a Christmas ornament a little bit.
It's
giving tinsel. Yeah.
It's giving
And they flee back to the ship with a few Argonauts, and then the guards show up and they just see them run up the cliff, and they're like, wait, we got time. Get the teeth we need the teeth of the Hydra. Hecate, Queen of Darkness, she just burns up the Hydra real quick. They take the bones, and then they chase them up.
That was pretty sick. That was pretty metal. The burning the Hydra. That's a touch of class. That is why the goddess girlies, this is why you want them on their side. They set fire to the Hydra corpse to make your skeleton teeth monster children.
Yeah. Hera's limited. Hecate does whatever she wants. And that's why she's got that temple in Burbank. And I did not see one to Hera. So independent woman. Yeah. So they climb up and they shoot Medea. And she just kind of falls down, and they're like, yes. And then they just everyone can't see her. They shoot her. They shoot the woman. They just pull out the fleece, heal her, insta heal.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
but the line is, he's like, give me the fleece and its healing power. They put it on her, and then it heals her, and goes, oh, it does have healing power. Sir, we just had this discussion.
Yeah.
Glad we tried that, yes.
Yeah.
And then they throw down the teeth, and they're like, Hecate's gonna get you. She's gonna summon Hydra-born warriors, and we get some little skellies. Some skeletons. And we get a skeleton fight. They kill somebody.
Yeah.
They were all This is the most I will give this movie because he also kills a Kestis. The Hydra kills a Kestis.
Yes.
Yes.
It wraps it in its little scorpion tail.
Yeah.
This movie, of all the Swords and Sandals movies we've seen, has the most male upskirt shots.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The
Perseus
Clash
was
of the Titans remake. Listen, we saw, what would you call it? The Persusi?
the Perseus.
We got
Yeah.
really close to seeing
We got
it.
but this we saw. Maybe not
True.
Jason, but we saw like
there was a
Like
bit of
Castus.
a bit of Jason at one point, I remember, but a
I think
Castus
in this
here.
scene too,
Yeah.
but
yeah, a Castus, you got everything up in there.
well, I feel like
one of the guys that got killed by the Skellies was like, I'm not going until you see all my tidy whities. Like I am, yeah,
I mean this skirt very short.
yeah.
In the front especially. But like on your side, like his skirt is like
It's
right above the
long,
knee. It's longer.
but
That's why I'm
they,
like,
they have them flip around and like jump
because they're
up.
pleated.
They're pleated, and so
Yeah.
you see up.
Yeah.
I was
They're
like,
rolling around on the floor a lot of the time
Yeah.
with their legs spread.
Because
yeah,
Perseus in the remake is basically wearing a sack of potatoes.
yes.
So
I think
it's
it's
not a cute look.
yeah.
this is fun. Like what this Jason is wearing for sure.
Yeah. This is before we get like the really strict masculinity of like the post-sexual revolution. I think they
Right.
just let men be a little fey, little like run around with your skirt out, you know. But yeah, so I would say this is the most upskirts. Vote. Let us know in the comments below how many you saw. Yeah.
How many Jasonuses and Argonautuses? Yeah.
Yeah. So they fight the skeletons and they like jump. People die.
Yeah,
and
this is me playing Minecraft. The skeletons come out and immediately I'm like, nope, I have to go on the easy mode. I can't do with monsters. I just want to dig.
Yeah. And he just wants to jump off that cliff into the water.
Yeah.
And get to the boat. And they reunite with Medea and they're like, we're gone. And Hera is like, oh, and Zeus is like, I'm not done with Jason. I got more for him, which you'll see in part 2, released in 2035.
I was gonna say
they're gonna release a sequel, or we could wait till 2063 into a full 100
full
years.
100 years. I
Yeah.
love that.
But everything in this movie is canon in that one. It's like a true sequel.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Medea chop up a sheep and then pretend that it's all of that stuff, chopping up the shit or getting somebody else. It's like, oh my, what on earth? Like, how did they think? Like, how were they going to adapt the next part of this if they did have a sequel in mind? Like, what were they thinking?
Who would you cast as Medea in this modern sequel? Who are your Jason and Medea? And you can't
Tyler
say
Perry.
and you can't say Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Okay, so legitimately, Jason and Medea.
I would
okay.
You could do Logan Lerman as Jason, actually.
No.
He was really good in Oh Hi as like a fuckboy.
I'm thinking Jonathan Bailey as Jason. I feel like he would give
because he's
a
an
good
older.
Jason.
We're doing an older Jason.
Yes,
Let me see that Jonathan Bailey OC in his same amount of upskirt shots as this movie. That's in the contract. Yeah.
Medea though, interesting.
Yeah, a complicated woman.
Mia Goth. There we go. I know she's already in the Odyssey, but I'm like, she's playing like a handmaid or something, and I know she's like the main handmaid that kind of instigates all this stuff against Penelope. But Medea is like a role made for someone like Mia Goth.
Yeah, Mia Goth can get weird with it too. So I would appreciate. Ooh, and her against Jason or Jonathan Bailey. Interesting. I like this casting. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Make it happen, someone.
Us. Hire us. Yeah, we'll do it.
All right, hire us. We'll do it.
Yeah. So that's how the movie ends. But there's a lot going on in this myth.
Well, the movie ends with the gods being where Hera's like watching them kiss.
And she's kind of like
Zeus is like, whatever. And then she just washes over it. and then it's
Yeah.
gone. That's the
The
end. And I'm
end.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
They
Okay.
do a kind of like Vanna White thing over this pool where they can like
Yes,
turn it on and off.
I love
Hera was
that.
very Vanna White in this. Yeah.
Vanna White is giving Hera
Yes. And I've
in the
always said
best
that.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this myth, what's going on? Uh,
Great
Medea
question.
Medea is the one who puts the snake to sleep with her magic. Instead of
Mm.
just standing there, she's the one who puts the snake to sleep. They flee. They're being chased. They come to an island, and the Colchians are like, okay, you can keep the fleece, but give us Medea. Because she betrayed her father. She goes to her father. And Jason's like, I guess maybe we have to do that. And she's like, after everything I did for you. Um,
This fuck
and
ass man.
so she's like, actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna meet in the temple. We're gonna meet my brother who's leading the troops, and I'm gonna be there with the fleece, saying I'm going back, and you're gonna kill him, and I'm gonna chop him up.
Fun.
Yeah, so she does
Making all the
that.
plans. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Mia Goth doing it. And she kills him, and then Zeus is like, oh, fuck that. No, like, you're cursed. And Hera's like, well, we got to tell them they're cursed. So she has the ship tell them. So Hera as the talking ship, canon.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're like, the only one who can cleanse you from this curse is Circe from Epic the Musical. Circe, your aunt from Madeline Miller's The Book Circe. And so they show up at the island and they're like, hey, can you cleanse us? Yeah. And so she's like, yeah, I get these bad murder vibes. Let me cleanse you. And then she's like, so what happened? And Medea's like, so I betrayed my family and chopped up my brother. And Cersei's like, oh, get the fuck out, actually.
Mhm.
Now that I
Yeah.
know what you did, I regret cleansing you. Get out. Witch to witch, hate that. And so they're on the run. Um, and they're stuck. And Hera is like, I gotta help them. So she goes to Boimon Thetis, the sea nymph, and is like, hey, Achilles can marry Medea in the underworld. Your son can have Medea as his underworld wife. Sometimes it's Helen that he marries in the underworld, but he's like, this time in this version, he can marry Medea. So can you help? And she's like, fine. So Thetis and the Nereids get them past Scylla and Charybdis. And then
There they go.
they're in there, and then they go to the sirens. Orpheus outsings them. And so they can't hear the sirens over Orpheus' singing, which would be a very fun thing in a movie. Where
La
was
la la la.
yeah, like doing the very from what's that? Hades Town, all the la la la.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Um After all this, they arrive on an island, trapped again by Colchians. And the king of that island is like, well, I guess I gotta give them Medea, because as a woman, she belongs to her dad. She's an untouched virgin. Um, the queen hears this and is like, oh, but if she's married, then she belongs to Jason. So the queen helps them get married. So they're kind of married sort of under duress. I think Jason's gonna use that later. Um, and so now she's okay. She can go with Jason. So they're free. But they get stuck in Libya. And they're like, they're just gonna die. But everyone just literally is like, I guess we're dead now, and lies down to die.
Boom.
And then
Oh,
some Libyan nymphs show up and are like, hey, there's a prophecy and stuff. You just gotta carry the ship over the desert in the direction of the water. So Peleus is like, Achilles' dad is like, let's carry the ship. Carry the ship. They meet the Hesperides, the daughters of Atlas, who keep the golden apples. They get some water from them, and they're like, we're kind of in a mood because guess who just showed up and stole our fucking apples? Hercules.
That clown.
Yeah, still haunting the narrative. And then they get to the sea, they make a sacrifice, and Triton shows up to push him out to sea. So that's where we get Triton in this movie.
So this movie is really remixing a whole load of elements from here, there, and everywhere in the story, and then putting them in place.
And I think it makes sense in a lot of ways. Like I think Triton keeping the gates or the Clashing Rocks open is way more cinematic than you just send a bird in first.
Yeah.
Um They're attacked by Talos. He's throwing rocks at them as they sail by. And Medea uses her magic to call up death upon Talos and lay him low. And everyone's kind of scared of her at this point. Um, and
As
then
they should be.
as they should be,
Mhm.
the night gets dark, no stars, no moon. Apollo guides them home. And they show up and they're heroes, and it's happily ever after, right?
Mm.
This is not in the Argonautica, but you may know it from Tyler Perry. So later, Jason tries to leave her, get an annulment because they were married under duress, to marry a princess. They already had
Mm,
two sons. And so Medea sends the princess a gift, a wedding garment, and it's poisoned.
of course it is.
And it causes her to like burn alive. And her dad, that princess's dad, catches on fire too. And then she sacrifices the sons and flies away in a dragon chariot.
Listen, we've all been there. Like we've all had a
Listen,
bad breakup.
Yeah.
listen. Yeah, you know what?
Who
Shit
amongst us?
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who amongst us?
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
can
Acid
judge?
magically poisoned a robe so it would set the lady on fire and her family. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
absolutely.
because she's like, Jason, the biggest punishment is you can live with your loser ass self and your dead kids and you're burned up, your new woman burned up. Maybe next
Sleep
time
with
he'll
her
think.
ashes, bitch.
Yeah.
Burnt to scrap. Yes.
Yeah. Maybe next time he'll think before he cheats.
And that's where Carrie got the idea.
Yeah.
But she's like, just slashing tires is enough. Like, that's enough
Yeah.
of a felony. No one dies.
Yeah. I
So,
didn't murder my own children. Yeah.
yeah. If there were tires in this myth, Medea
They'd
would
be,
have slashed them.
Flashed.
yeah.
Mhm.
Tires had not been invented. And I actually did see a play a couple years ago. Friend of the pod, Alina, who was on our Chronicles of Narnia episode,
Yes.
was in a play called Medea Goes to Our Town, where it was like the mom from Our Town and Medea interacting.
Like this Medea or Tyler Perry's Medea?
This Medea.
Both, actually.
Yeah. And it was
I
like
want that to happen. Yeah.
it was like
Wow.
a very like meta play on like the
Yeah.
nature of theater.
Interesting.
Like there'd be like random references to like the Odd Couple or, but it went over most of our heads like some of those references. But the play was very fun, and she was
Interesting.
playing the wife or the mother from Our Town,
Okay.
and so it was very fun to see this like crazy meta narrative.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's what Medea's up to now. And that's this movie and all the crazy lore that inspired it.
Wow.
Wow. They left a lot out, but if they kept
Yeah.
it in, this movie would have been about 3 years long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
considering how long it'd be a 20-minute siren sequence of just
Oof.
singing. But
Yeah.
that is where I'm like, why there are all these colorful characters on the Argo. Why did we go for such like a homogenous crew? Because
Right.
even when I think of like Errol Flynn, Robin Hood, that's not that movie's actual name, but that's just what I call it. Like,
Yeah.
there's such a cast of
Merry
characters
men.
of merry men that they like really differentiate, and you can tell
Yeah.
them apart, and like they really play up the whole cast. And this
Mhm.
movie does not.
Jason and the Argonauts, not Jason and a load of cool guys.
Cool guys on the yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Hmm.
I think probably because this Jason himself is a little bit on the bland side.
Yeah.
The movie would have got to. I mean, Hercules. Like maybe that's the reason they got Hercules out of the picture so quickly. It was like this
Yeah.
guy could steal the whole movie out from under our lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
And Medea is given a lot less internal conflict. I think she really is captivating the moment she shows up. But and this is just from the story, she doesn't show up till the end,
Mm-hmm.
but I
Yeah.
think she really, even in this kind of watered down version of her, she brings a lot of interesting stuff to the story.
Well,
Um,
she makes sure it can end because
Yeah.
otherwise I wasn't very convinced that Jason was going to get out of there. So,
no, he really has just helped the whole time.
yeah,
He doesn't have any special skills.
right.
Maybe this movie should have been titled Jason and the Cool Women Who Actually Helped Him and Did Things,
Hmm.
and he just, yeah.
Yeah.
Behind every successful man is a very smart woman.
Yeah. A few, I guess. Because really
Probably.
the only
Yeah.
plan that was his own was capturing the harpies.
Yeah. And that took 4 hours.
Yeah.
And lots of net.
So much they can't catch fish while they're out on the boat anymore. They
Yeah.
have to, I don't even know how they're gonna do that.
They sold out that their local Agora's Home Depot's netting section.
Yeah, not very community minded, Jason.
Yeah.
No.
Not.
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah, and we don't see them return or use the golden fleece. So just some strange
All
pacing
this,
choices for a movie that started out very well paced.
yeah, like all this business about the golden fleece at the beginning, and then we get it, we use it to heal, and then I'm like, so what else can it do? What is the purpose of bringing it back?
What
Like,
that fleece do. Yeah.
what that fleece do
What that
besides
fleece do.
what that fleece gonna do for your community? Because we know it
Yeah.
heals people, but it's like you bring it back as like a sign that the gods did not abandon us. And I'm like, well, based on what Jason just did, they might just do that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very odd
Yeah.
story.
Should we ask the big question? Do we have any further thoughts on it? We kind of talked about our protagonist, Jason, is kind of bland.
Yeah. And I
Medea is very captivating, I think.
and I think I don't necessarily root for him to steal the golden fleece because what did these people do to them? Nothing.
Mm.
They're just showing up and like, we want this fleece. And
Yeah.
so I'm sorry, but this king is kind of like right in being like, you're stealing from me,
Yeah.
So I
But
don't
they're
know. This
foreigners,
is how I
so their
felt
stuff
about
doesn't matter.
the Cyclops, right? I was like, I'm sorry, the Cyclops has every right to beat the shit out of Odysseus and his men. They stole his favorite sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They killed his favorite sheep.
Yet
Yeah.
another sheep related crime. Shocking.
The
Literally.
ancient world was filled with them.
Full of them. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very like we're gonna take your fleece and put it in the British Museum.
Yes, it is. And they're supposed to be grateful for that.
Yeah. I just feel like once we start on the adventure, it really slows down. I
Which
feel
is
like we're
weird.
yeah.
It's a strange film because I like the beginning. I like the Colchis section. I think
Yeah.
the ending, other than the actual like very ending of it, which is so abrupt as we've
Yeah.
discussed. And it's weird because like I think the Talos set piece is great. I think the Clashing Rocks is great, but it also feels sort of insubstantial. The Harpy's cool, but it's like it it's funny you should mention, Hannah, like watching it speeded up because it does feel like the pacing of this is just off and it's not quite put together in the way that it should be. And I wonder how
Yeah.
much of that is to do with the fact that they're shooting this like way in advance of the Harryhausen animation happening. So I
Right.
wonder if they're like maximizing the use of the footage that they've got for that to
Yeah.
cover some bases. I don't know, but there is something that is. I mean, it's not what we're accustomed to in terms of like tight script writing
Hmm.
in in the current times,
Yeah.
but there are so many cool things like that. We barely talked about that skeleton fight, but that is
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And when you
fun.
think about like how much is going on there with the animation of it and the choreography of it and all of this kind of stuff, like I can totally see why this film is held up as a classic. But yeah, there are aspects of the storytelling which leave a little something to be desired.
Yeah, for sure.
Almost like the sequences. It's like more fun to
Mm.
just take a sequence out and watch it
Mhm.
in isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, this is a random comparison. It's how I feel about the movie Napoleon Dynamite. Fun movie to
Sure.
reference. I hate watching it.
Hmm.
It's been a
Hmm.
long time since I've seen it.
It was my ex-girlfriend's favorite. So we watched it quite a bit. And I felt that even when like my siblings got it from Blockbuster and they're like, this is the new movie everyone's talking about. And I was like, this?
Really?
This
But
thing.
it's so fun. I love being like, do the chickens have large talons? But like watching it, mm,
Mm. Right.
But I will say that I will quote him. I'll say my tots. I'll
Mm-hmm.
say just believe in yourself. That's what I do.
Yeah.
It's just,
Talking about
yes,
ligers.
Ligers. Yeah, so it's just a better movie when you take out the scenes. And
Interesting. Yeah.
so I wonder if this is almost like these scenes, like the skeleton fight is so fun. The Talos fight was genuinely shocking. There was
Hmm.
like the cool stuff with Medea. Like there's just a lot of really cool stuff.
The Hydra as well. Like I just have to shout
Yeah.
out the Hydra because
Yeah.
she is gorgeous. That Hydra
Yeah.
Yeah.
figurehead. Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Actually, I watched a couple of the sequences on YouTube like before I watched the film as a
Yeah.
whole, and I was like
Yeah.
so pumped
Yeah.
to like discuss this film and to watch the film in its
Yeah.
entirety. I was like, "Fuck yeah, these skeletons fighting and this
Yeah.
Hydra and it's all this blah 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 blah. Oh my God, this movie!" And then when it came to actually watching the movie, I was like, just
Mm-hmm.
kind
Can
of
can we
waiting.
can
Yeah,
we get
yeah,
to the can we get the skeleton? Oh,
Yeah.
we have five
yeah,
minutes left and skeletons are here. Great. Great. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder too if it's because Jason is a little bland.
Yeah.
And not that I want it to be, I mean, I do love how less bound they were to the hero's journey, kind of like hitting you over the head with character development. But I'm like, maybe if there's a bit of like him learning or discovering something each time, or like instead of burning out all of Hera's wishes or whatever, like we use those more throughout.
Sparingly.
And so then,
And
like, at the end, it's all up to him. Like, each time he's getting
yes.
better.
Yeah, because I think like he needs to use those when he absolutely cannot do it himself. I think we
Yeah.
did need more of him being able to do things on his own. We don't really get that until there's like fight scenes and he can
Yeah.
definitely hold his own. But it's like when it's thinking about like this strategy, how do I do this journey? Hera's like, okay, here's all four things right now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think the structuring of his character, like the way he doesn't really have much
Yeah.
growth or anything. He's literally just there. I need fleece.
Yeah.
Like him being like the actual king of Thessaly doesn't even really matter to him as a
Yeah.
character.
No,
Um,
it does at the beginning, but not throughout the movie.
right, exactly. It's very much like he's because like I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, like we end on them kissing, great. So what comes next is I'm assuming he's going back to Thessaly. So he has the fleece. Are he and that king going to be getting along? What's gonna happen? Because Akestis just sold him out. Like,
Now
what?
he's dead. My son's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my boy, I
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very strange script, but
It,
visually it's really cool.
Yeah, I think the thing about the script as well is because the story is inherently so episodic, you feel like you've
Yeah.
got all of the pieces in place here to create a convincing character arc for Jason, but it
Yeah.
doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
and I think like Helen, you were talking about like the cast on the ship, it would have been nice to have a little bit more of like a group dynamic
Yeah.
mhm.
for sure. I think that would have just filled up the movie a bit more, those in between those big set pieces, right?
Yeah.
I think that would have been cool. And also like you seeing them to work together, it's like, oh yeah,
Mm.
I know this person's doing that. So like there's more stakes than just like I want Jason to get through this. It's like, oh, I also want this person to get through it and stuff. Or fuck that person.
Yeah.
I don't
He can
care if
get
they die.
squished by Talos. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's such an emphasis on like the gods fading away and Jason not needing the gods and being independent and doing things for himself. Like the script tells us that, but like what I see is someone who needs
A lot of
Hera
help.
and Medea to get him through the whole journey. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't have the ability to help himself. He thinks he does. And maybe that's what this is about, male hubris. And that is a
Yeah.
lot of Greek mythology. Like
True.
he and we know that Jason betrays Medea, and most people, even like people watching this movie, would be familiar with that future betrayal. So it's like I doubt it, but maybe there's a level of like, see, this is someone who's helped so much along the way and doesn't realize it.
Mm,
This is
hmm.
someone who forgets the moment he gets home that
Yeah. Jason's
Medea
like,
got
I
him
did this
there.
all myself.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you didn't.
Whenever anyone says that, I'm like,
Right.
somebody helped you. And
Yeah.
it's usually a big loan from their parent. But even someone who is actually decently self-made, somebody
Yeah.
helped you.
Friends,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like if everyone's actively shitting on you, it's really hard to get ahead in anything. So
Yeah.
somebody helped you somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
A.
And I say that all the time on actually, I do actually always say that.
Mhm.
Um, okay. Before my brain hurts with how much corporate lingo I've picked up.
Let's circle back. Sorry. No.
Yeah, let's
Circle
circle back.
back.
I'm sunshining this like question. Was that your fantasy? No. Hannah, was that your fantasy? And it's a two-part question. A journey you want to live out and a movie you liked.
I did like this movie, but I am gonna say I don't think I would watch it on anything less than 1.25 speed. Because because I was thinking I was like, okay, I need to do it fast because I need to watch it in time. But also I was like 1.25 speed should be fine. And
Yeah.
then I was like, I'm actually bored and this is faster. So I'm like, what's 1.5 like? And I was like, I need 1.75 because my brain and we
Are
live
we
in a modern
TikTok
era.
brained?
That's right.
Are we
Is the
fucked?
movie actually perfectly paced and I'm
We're
just
cooked. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think it is. I think the pacing is still weird. But I did really enjoy the movie. Like all the set pieces were so cool. And I love what you said, Callum, about like you see like the imperfections, the animation, and that's what makes it like good, in my opinion. Like you see like the hard work and effort that went into it. I love that you mentioned that. And I think that's how I felt about Clash of the Titans too. I was like, I can see like
Mhm.
I can see that these things have been moved, and there's a charm to that because we don't see it very much.
Yeah.
And
And
for
they
me, that
feel
elevates it.
tactile and real. So it's like they feel
Yes.
like they're in the same world as the actors,
Yes,
which is many
exactly.
times something that CG lacks. Yeah.
Absolutely. So as a movie, I did really enjoy it. This is one I would definitely go back and rewatch. Um, and then if I was someone on that boat, I think this would be a fun adventure because it doesn't seem all that intense. Clearly
Mhm.
Jason's getting a lot of help, so I can trust that there's going to be, a really smart woman on his side, probably a couple. Um, but yeah, I think I would go on this adventure, run away from Talos, fight some skellies, get to
Yeah.
see a wonderful dance. So
Yeah.
yeah.
People are like, what was your favorite part of being an Argonaut? You're like, there's this
The
great dance
dance.
Yeah.
number.
We went to this temple and there was just like gorgeous dancing. The food was divine,
Yeah.
it's
It's giving
great.
those like Instagram travel vlogs, like this
Yeah,
little undiscovered gem in Colques. If you go to the Temple of Hecate, the priestess there is so gorge. The dancing that they do. I feel like
yeah.
the goddess of darkness and witchcraft is on my side now.
I was leaving the bathroom and a girl complimented my toga and it made my night. Yeah.
Yeah. Callum, was this your fantasy?
Yeah, I do have a soft spot for this movie as much as the story perhaps isn't as complex or fast moving as I might like it to be, but those set pieces are just so cool, and I have so much respect for the craftsmanship that went into it. Yeah, it's a fun time. I enjoyed rewatching it, and I can see why it made such a big impression on me as a kid. Although I don't know how I forgot about that Hera figurehead.
You'll
Because
never forget now. Yeah.
she is the moment.
You're gonna
Uh,
outside your apartment, you're gonna attach like a ship prow.
Love.
there might be a project I'm working on right now.
Just pan
Um,
over. Yeah.
as for would I want to live this adventure? I don't know. Well, I mean, I think I would make an excellent Olympian. No, that's a bad thing to say. I wouldn't make an excellent Olympian god because they're all really awful people and they're like backstabbing. But just that, like having that kind of lifestyle, like just floating about in a toga and
Yeah.
messing about with people's lives.
Playing a
Sure,
board
why
game.
not? Playing a
Yeah.
board game, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds very my cup of tea. So maybe that. But yeah, like Hannah was saying, it doesn't seem so bad being an Argonaut either.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah.
be good.
when it comes to if this was my fantasy as a movie I liked, it sort of disappointed me because I remembered it being better from my
Mm.
Mhm.
childhood, and I was kind of like, oh, and I thought it opened so strong. So it was like I just feel like it doesn't equal the whole of the sum of its parts. Like
Mhm.
there's a lot of really good things in it. It just felt slow. But I get why Tom Hanks loves it. I get why it's a
Shout out to Tom
classic.
Hanks. He's a
Shout
big
out to
fan of the podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry I haven't seen Toy Story 5 yet. Um, yeah, I think I didn't really like it, but I liked parts of it.
Yeah.
So it's sort of my fantasy.
Right.
Can
I
I ask you both a
yes,
question actually? If you were to comparing this and Clash of the Titans, like the OG Clash of the Titans, which one did you prefer?
Clash of the Titans, I would say.
I think the story is tighter for sure
Hmm.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Perseus is a himbo in that one, but like he kind of knows he is. Like the story isn't telling me that he's actually really smart
And
and self-reliant. They're just like he's hot and he's nice.
and more of the other characters also have more distinct personalities too. Like I mean
The
Bubo.
theater guy, Bubo,
But
the
the theater
theater,
guy, yeah, like his
yeah.
little and yeah, like
Andromeda is very
Andromeda's
cute.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Andromeda's
feel
there.
like well,
Yeah.
uh
Calabos is
yeah,
similar to narratively to Acestus, but like a
Mm.
lot more.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's more personality in that movie.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, and everything's tighter.
yeah, I'd agree with that, and I also think the Medusa sequence in that is
So good.
So good.
as
Yeah.
impressive, if no, probably more than the skeleton fight because they had to animate all the flickering fire on
Yep.
just yeah.
Yeah.
I think Clash of the Titans is kind of underrated, whereas Jason and the Argonauts gets a lot of praise in certain circles, but
Mm.
I think Clash of the Titans is actually the kind of perfected. It's not a perfect film, but it's like an improved version
Yeah.
of what
Again,
this
it
has to offer.
feels that movie feels older than when it came out.
Hmm.
It feels like it should be a contemporary of this one, but it's almost like this genre modernized for a more modern
Hmm.
Mm.
audience. It's like looking back, but it's like tweaked just that much where it fits my like modern expectations of pacing
Mm.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. I think people in the 60s just had more time than we do. So they're like, yeah, I'll sit through a 20-minute sequence of these harpies flying around and they're trying to catch them, even though this trap is fully set and they could let it go at any time.
Yeah. That's what everyone said about the 60s. Is that they
Yeah.
had time for that specifically. Yeah.
Specifically that scene.
The
Yeah.
harpy in that sequences. Mhm.
I
Mhm.
would say if it's my fantasy on a journey, yes. I feel like it's a fun, epic journey. Happy Pride Month. I'm on a boat with a bunch of guys in togas. I have a toga ready, you know. I think we'd have a lot of fun. Maybe I get kidnapped by nymphs. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm
Avoid that.
Hercules' new boyfriend. Who knows?
I
I think
mean,
it's
this Hercules giving daddy.
yeah.
Hot.
Skeleton fight. I think it's like I can handle all these parts unless I have to be the one who has to unscrew Talus's ankle while everyone watches. There'd be a lot of pressure. I could probably do it, but I'd be so
Everybody look
stressed.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, don't look at
Yeah.
me. Uh yeah, so I think that's my fantasy in that way. It probably that ship would smell bad.
Oh God. I
All
mean,
those sweaty men and
everything
they're
there
not
smells
showering.
bad.
Everything smells bad, but I feel like Medea's coming in with her like perfume, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Yeah.
Yeah. She's spraying the ship.
Yeah. Everyone needs a French bath at minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it just smells like Axe body spray. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Swords and Sand the voyage, the epic
Mm.
voyage of Swords and Sandals month continues. I don't know how we'll be releasing our next episode, but
Nope.
we may be finally seeing the much discussed Christopher Nolan film, or this
Ooh.
may be a voyage with Percy Jackson to the Sea of Monsters.
Exciting either way.
Exciting either way. Ships and water involved in both. And who's to say what's in store in either movie? Yeah. Callum, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me once again. It's
Yeah.
been lovely to be back.
You're always an Argonaut to me. You're part of my Argo. Yeah.
Thank you. I'd throw my discus for not my fantasy any day.
Yay.
Skim it across the water, and everyone will be like, oh,
Scoop, scoop, scoop. Yep.
yeah.
I'd be gagging them with my discus.
Literally. Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, thank you for joining us. Oh, we've had you on so many times. We didn't even talk about
You're like
your
almost like a
podcast.
third co-host. So
Yeah.
yeah, tell us about your podcast.
Sure, absolutely. Once Upon a VHS, an 80s and 90s fantasy podcast. We've had Cullen and Hannah on to talk about The Princess Bride, so a classic of 80s and 90s fantasy, or 80s fantasy in that case. But yeah, we talk about everything from the big names to the lesser known obscure fantasy movies as well. So it's a real mixture, a real mixed bag. But I hope you'll join us. We recently did a big special edition episode about Labyrinth. So if you're interested, give that a listen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great show. I listened to all their episodes. Very soothing. I think I feel, because I now talk to you on the pod on this show, it's like very parasocial, and it's like I want to just say something like I'm in the conversation. I'm like, they can't hear me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is pre-recorded. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely check them out, and you can find us on Instagram, Not My Fantasy Pod. You could also, if you are listening to this on iTunes, please give us 5 stars. I know I switched you up, Cullen, because I realized I haven't said that in a while. So please, if you're listening to us, no matter where you are, head over to iTunes, give us that 5-star review, leave us a fun little message about what you love about the podcast. And then if you are on YouTube, hello, you can
smash that like button like Hylas got smashed by Talos and or Hercules.
Rest in fucking pieces. But yeah, so on YouTube, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell so you get notified anytime we drop a new video episode. We already talked about what is possibly on the docket for next time.
Yes.
And yeah, if you're in the comments, this movie is for free on YouTube. You can go watch it. I recommend at least 1.25 speed.
Comment below either your favorite creature, or if you counted how many upskirt shots, how many, just for the record. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you haven't watched the movie yet and you're like, okay, I'm going to go, come back and give us that count. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you are at all into modding games and you would like to do a Greek mythology pack for us, let us know. I would be happy to download it, and maybe we'll do like a little episode. So yeah, or if anyone knows of some fun like harpy exhibits that are modded into it, I would love that.
Fun harpy exhibit. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Cullen Ever After. Make sure I can tell that you're a human.
And not a porn bot.
And not a porn bot. Yeah.
Looking for a partner.
Looking for a partner. Yeah, they're always like looking for a partner to make content. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what kind of content? I mean, no. I actually got a message request. This is a wild one. This lady, in quotation marks, was like, I'm trying to be a wingman for my friend. She's shy. Add her on Snapchat and reach out or like tell a story.
Wow.
And I'm like, I need to know who believes this, because I know someone does. I know someone does.
Because why would it still be happening?
Yeah.
If they weren't having success? That's such a great question. If you're one of those people, sound off in the comments.
Yeah. Let us know why you believe
we can block you. Yeah.
I mean, I remember getting a text once like, oh, are we meeting? This was before I realized how common this was a scam was. I'm like, oh, sorry, I think you have the wrong number. I'm not. And they're like, oh, that's fine. I'm so-and-so. And they like sent a picture. And I'm like, no woman I know ever would want a stranger to know their face and like know where they are.
No.
I'm begging y'all to stay
safe online, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what this podcast is all about. So, again, thank you, Callum. Thank you, listeners. See you later.
Next time.
Famgonauts?
Famgonauts. Okay.
See you next time, Famgonauts.
Famgonaut in the sea. No, let's not. No, sorry.
And that's the cut.
Yeah.